to first. Yo, Rich, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Awesome, Rich. Do you know what year the three-point shot was introduced?
1979.
You got it, sir. Hang on, Rich. Got yourself a $50 Bonefish Grill gift card, and if you're in the mood for seafood, Bonefish Grill has you covered with new summer specials like the shrimp rangoon dip and pineapple glazed shrimp paired perfectly with a zesty key lime cake. For dessert, you can visit bonefishgrill.com.
They reference it in the TV show Winning Time about the Lakers from late 70s, early 80s, because the Sixers played the Lakers in the NBA Finals in 1980, and somebody makes a three-point shot, and they say, and that was the first three-point shot made in the history of the NBA Finals.
Oh.
So it was that season, it was 79-80, that it was brought into the league.
So if they're making a three-point from that level, from that distance, all right, that becomes a three-point shot. Would they ever consider a 9-point shot for a full court?
In the MTV Rockin' Jams basketball game they did. I don't know if it was 9 points.
And remember, they had multiple baskets, too.
Yeah.
They
That's
had them
right.
up really high.
That's right.
As well. But no, it was one of the good, so every now and then they'll have these rule changes and some of them kind of fizzle. That was a good one.
And now it's a three-point league. I mean, if you don't have three-point shooters on your team, you're not going to win a championship.
Well, the NBA did away with the do-si-do, which I think was, that was just very
It was
dumb.
cute for a little while, but
float it down.
So hang on a second, Nick. Then who was the
Traveling and do-si-doing.
Who was the first person ever to shoot a three-pointer in an NBA final game? Was it a Sixer?
I don't remember. I just know that they referenced it. Maybe it was Magic, but I'll see it.
It's Scuts McDougal.
It was Scuts. He was underrated.
I'm going to go through some movies and how they fared this weekend. Jurassic World Dominion was number one again, followed by Lightyear, number two. That made $51 million. Then you had Top Gun Maverick still in the top three. Doctor Strange, followed by Bob's Burgers, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Bad Guys. Number 8 was Downton Abbey. 9, Sonic the Hedgehog, and then rounding out the top 10 with Brian and Charles. All right, we're going to start with this. The jury in Bill Cosby's civil trial is nearly reached a verdict on Friday afternoon, but instead they're going to have to start their deliberations over again.
This is wonderful.
This morning. The unusual twist came at the end of the second day of deliberations. The plaintiff, Judith Huth, has sued Cosby for allegedly molesting her at the Playboy Mansion when she was 16 in 1975. The jurors were asked to answer 9 questions, including whether Cosby sexually molested Huth, whether she was under 18, whether Cosby had reason to know that, and how much damages she should be awarded. So at the end of the day on Friday, the jury informed the judge, Judge Carlin, that they had reached a verdict on 8 of the questions. The only unanswered question pertained to whether Cosby acted with malice, oppression, or fraud, which would trigger punitive damages if they answered yes. So Carlin at first indicated that he would accept a partial verdict, but then changed his mind after a bailiff informed him that the court building would close for the day within a few minutes.
Oh, man.
Carlin said he did not have sufficient time to take the verdict and did not want to incur Sheriff's Department overtime. So the jurors will resume deliberations today, but they will have to start their discussions all over again, potentially wiping out the verdicts on the 8 questions because the 4-person had to be excused due to a pre-planned trip. An alternate juror will be seated on Monday to take her place. So they have to start from scratch, and they may have had a change of heart over the weekend. You never know.
You know, again, we're all pre-med. We're not pre-law here on the show. But I would say that if this did come down against him, they would have a very strong case. Would they not for a mistrial or?
Well, I don't know. Seeing that it is a civil trial, it's a little bit different. So Huth's attorney wanted the judge to take the partial verdict as it appeared.
I object.
From the way the verdict form is structured, that it would go in their favor. But Cosby's attorney objected to that, saying that the same 12 jurors should decide all of the issues in the case. The judge did not agree, but in the end, the defense got its preference because of the clock. And 9 of the 12 jurors must agree to reach a verdict on each issue. So it's not, you don't need a complete, you need a majority vote, not a unanimous vote. So
it's interesting.
We'll see how it goes. This broke on Friday, and we didn't get a chance to touch on it, but WWE announced Friday that its famed CEO, Vince McMahon, has stepped back from his leadership responsibilities as the company investigates misconduct claims against him. The board of directors appointed McMahon's daughter, Stephanie, as interim CEO and chairwoman until the probe's conclusion. Vince McMahon said in a statement, I've pledged my complete cooperation in the investigation by the special committee, and I will do everything possible to support the investigation. I have also pledged to accept the findings and outcome of the investigation, whatever they are.
So it was my understanding that she was kind of running a lot of the stuff anyway.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah. Later, McMahon kicked off WWE Friday Night SmackDown with a brief address saying that he would like to remind fans of the sport's signature words, then, now, forever, and the most important word is together. And he said, welcome to SmackDown, and threw the microphone.
An audience member.
So even as the board looks into possible misconduct, directors are still allowing McMahon to retain his role and responsibilities related to their creative content during that period.
I wonder what his net worth is at this point.
Oh, my God.
It's going to be staggering,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Yeah, I would think so. Hundreds of millions,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
It's like a billion. Like a
Maybe
billion.
like a
yeah,
billion,
yeah.
yeah.
That's his accountant.
We now go to Vince McMahon's.
Salon. We watch out for your money. So you don't have to. How much do I have? It's like a billion.
Yeah.
It's like a billion.
He just throws vague terms at
I'm
you.
an Uber driver. Yeah, they got like a billion.
Yeah.
How?
Oscar-winning movie director Paul Haggis was detained in Italy on Sunday, facing allegations that he sexually assaulted a woman.
That's troubling.
The 69-year-old Haggis, who won the 2006 Oscar for Best Original Screenplay for Crash, has been in Italy for a film festival that begins Tuesday in the town of Ostuni, and Italian media cited a statement from prosecutors in the nearby city of Brindisi that said that they were investigating allegations that a young foreign woman was forced to have what it said was non-consensual sex over 2 days. Haggis's attorney said, but I'm confident that all allegations will be dismissed against Mr. Haggis. He is totally innocent and willing to fully cooperate with the authorities so the truth comes out quickly. So who knows? He has been detained, and we'll see what the investigation warrants or reveals. So after Johnny Depp was awarded millions of dollars in damages in his defamation trial against Amber Heard, the actress was seen shopping at the discount store TJ Maxx.
There you go.
In the Hamptons
That's
last
great.
weekend.
She's a fashionista now.
A Maxxinista.
A Maxxinista.
Yeah.
I mean, my entire outfit right now is
TJ Maxx?
TJ Maxx.
So you and Amber Heard shop at the same clothing
Yeah.
store.
That place is pretty good, though. That one in the Hamptons is like it is.
gotta be, yeah.
It is. It's there's really nice stuff there.
They're going to cater to the elite.
Yep.
The elite, the cheap elite.
The cheap elite.
Yeah. So
The chelite.
even before the verdict, sources told the New York Post that Heard was broke due to the legal fees associated with the trial. In response to whether she would be able to pay Depp the amount awarded to him, Heard's lawyer, Elaine Bredhoff, said, "Oh no, absolutely not."
I mean, to insinuate that
off,
she's
Jack.
broke,
Yeah.
she wouldn't be shopping at all, guys, okay? Maybe she's just smart and thrifty.
She is smart and thrifty.
I can't believe I'm defending her right now.
Well,
Hey.
listen.
Look, dude, she's just a fellow Maxxinista.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it. You're
that's
backing her
right.
up because of that. I get
Now,
it.
there'd be pause for concern if she was shopping at Ross. Then we'd be. there'd
Well,
be
no,
issues.
you dressed best for less there.
Also, it looks like she's shopping for men's clothes. Are
Yes.
those men's T-shirts, Casey?
Possibly. I mean, but, men's fashion is pretty cool there too, Cav.
Heard was shopping in the department store alongside her sister, Whitney Hernandez, in Bridgehampton, New York. It is unclear whether they bought anything or not. But they were shopping.
You know who's a big Ross guy is Pancake.
Pancake shops at Ross?
He says you can find better sunglasses at Ross. You're gonna find like Oakleys and stuff like that at Ross.
Hey, where was that? Where'd you get in the? There was a line for either flip flops or sunglasses.
Old Navy.
Old
the,
Navy.
The line you're talking about?
Right.
Yeah, they were like, I forget what they, I think they originally sold.
$1.
But they originally sold for like $4, and then they were on sale for like $1 or $2 or whatever
And
it
there was like a massive line,
and
right?
people would like go with like bags and like fill up bags and buy these flip-flops. Meanwhile, they're so cheaply made, they break after like 2 weeks.
I don't get that. There's a whole culture.
I like getting my socks at Marshall's.
Are you a Marshall sock
yeah.
guy?
Yeah.
Well,
So you're a
same
Marshall
thing.
Nista.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. I don't discriminate. I like Marshalls and TJ Maxx
And Ross.
and
And
Ross. I don't go to Ross because there isn't
You
one
have
that's
your
really
personal shopper now.
convenient to my
Yeah, I don't
my
think there's many
location.
of those left.
Ross?
There's one down the
Yeah.
street here, but I just never get over there.
Ross
so.
used to be at the Plymouth Meeting
Yeah,
Metroplex.
at the Metroplex. There was a Ross there
Right.
for sure.
New
I'm not sure if
Marshall-
it's still there or not. It was
There's
over
the
by
new
Dick's.
Marshalls in there.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
it took over part of, I think it was it Dick's?
No, Dick's
I
is
can't
now the PGA store.
Yeah, but they split it.
Oh, they did?
Yeah,
Aren't Marshalls,
pretty big.
Ross,
I
and
went in
TJ
there.
Maxx all the same store?
think
Like
they are.
same company?
TJ Maxx
Not
and
Ross.
no, not Ross. TJ Maxx and
Marshalls and Home Goods.
and Home Goods are all under the same one.
How about that?
Okay. All right, well, anyhow, we're moving on.
Got to the bottom of this. Investigative report.
I have other discount stores to talk about. Actually, no. So the DC franchise is finally taking a stand when it comes to troubled actor Ezra Miller. Deadline reports that Miller, who identifies as non-binary, has been dropped from upcoming DC projects. You had to have seen this coming.
What could you do?
Yeah.
And it didn't look like it was going to get any better.
However, the studio is still planning to release The Flash next year with them in the lead role. The Flash will feature Oscar-winning actors Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck, who will return as different versions of Batman. So they couldn't not release this
It's
movie.
too
There's
huge.
no way. Miller is being set up to help lead the DC Extended Universe after Affleck stepped down from the role of Batman and the second Wonder Woman film underperformed. But this will now reportedly be scrapped. So the idea that Ezra Miller
Yes.
was going to kind of take things and run with
And
it,
it looked good.
but their
But then
personal
it-
life has become way too weird. So it comes after the troubled 29-year-old actor was hit with a restraining order over claims that they rubbed up against a non-binary 12-year-old. Also allegedly threatened their mom with a gun after accusing her of cultural appropriation and stuff like this. So according to Deadline,
You can't.
sources said even if no more allegations surface, the studio won't likely keep Miller in the Flash role in future DC films. And that would mean replacing them in the future. But there's still a $200 million investment on the line with the first film, and Warner Brothers execs have to be cringing at each new press report. So-
Well, and the problem is you have a lot of talented people with this film, and it looks really good when it comes out. The advanced word on it is that it's really good.
Yeah.
And how do you promote something where you have somebody who appears to be a raving lunatic,
Yeah.
right now at least, and should get help because something's really wrong?
especially after that Snyder cut had come out.
Oh, my
and
God, I loved it.
They fixed what
Yeah.
they were doing with that character in the first run of Justice League, and it was so good. So good.
I was personally very excited for Ezra Miller's deal, but you cannot argue with this is no pun intended, kryptonite for
Yeah.
the movie company.
right.
And he's still on the run, right? Like there
Yeah.
are charges levied against him, and the authorities can't find the guy?
Yeah, I don't know. I do not know the details on that.
Nick,
as of
they
yet.
asked him to call him mint jelly because he's on the lam.
He's on. The 2023 Hollywood Walk of Fame star recipients have been named. On Friday, the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce released the 24 names for the 2023 honorees. And Paul Walker of Fast and Furious will receive a posthumous star. Other posthumous recipients will include singer Jenny Rivera and Imitation of Life actress Juanita Moore. Fittingly, Walker won't be the only Fast and Furious receiving a star. His co-star and friend Ludacris is also one of the 2023 honorees. Other recipients include Mindy Kaling and Ellen Pompeo,
Yeah.
as well as musicians Jonas Brothers and Lenny Kravitz,
It's pretty cool.
and film stars Vince Vaughn, Uma Thurman, and Bill Pullman. I'm happy for Bill Pullman. Oh, that's Uma, yes. Each year, the committee selects its crop of recipients across 5 categories of entertainment from a list of hundreds of nominees. The Hollywood Chamber of Commerce then ratifies the final selection.
So it's my understanding that money has to be raised for these stars to be put down, correct?
And then you have to submit,
Right.
and then they have to okay it. So it's
Right.
not like you just pay for it and you get
Right.
it. I mean, there's a
'Cause I'd do
selection
that then.
process. Yeah, I would do
I'd love
that
to see
too.
that.
I'd love to be on the Hollywood Walk
Outside
of
of
Fame.
the Grauman's Chinese Theater.
So outside of the ones that I mentioned for motion pictures, John Waters
Yeah.
is going to
just
be
had
in.
him on.
In television, John Favreau, Martin Lawrence, Ralph Macchio, Garrett Morris. That's cool.
So can you have, is this possible? Do people have multiple stars for different things?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah, they do for different categories. For recording, Mark Anthony, Irving Azoff, Sheila E., Blake Shelton, Charlie Wilson, and for live theater and live performances, Lang Lang, who I'm not familiar with.
Lang.
Melba Moore, and Pentatonics, which is cool. So, yep, they've made the announcement, and they will be getting their stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, which is cool. Who's Lang Lang, by the way, Nick?
I don't know.
Chinese pianist, it says
yeah.
here, performed with leading orchestra in China, North America, Europe, and elsewhere. So,
You know what? As a matter of fact, we have some of Lang Lang's music.
Oh,
Do
okay.
we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And
That's a
very
classic.
good.
Lang Lang not even looking at the keys.
No. He's playing with his feet.
Bring it home, Lang Lang.
He's like to Jimi Hendrix of pianos. He plays it behind his head,
And with his teeth
Yeah.
and stuff in.
sets it on fire.
Charlie Sheen
Charlie Sheen.
has had a change of heart
I've had a change of heart.
when it comes to his 18-year-old daughter, Sammy, joining
Sammy.
OnlyFans. Yep. Thanks to his ex-wife, Denise Richards. He said, or let's see, is this him?
What did I say?
Yeah, he told Us Weekly, Denise has illuminated a variety of salient points that in my haste I overlooked and dismissed. Now more than ever, it's essential that Sammy have a united parental front to rely upon as she embarks on this new adventure.
And rather than make this a personal conversation in my family, I figured I'd broadcast it.
He said, from this moment forward, she shall have it abundantly.
Ah, good.
Yeah.
Daddy's very proud of your nudies.
Yeah, so he's had a
Do more
change,
video stuff.
had a change of heart, and he's starting to support her.
I am on a drug. It's called Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen. Freaking father of the year. Oh, my.
Do you think this is an example of if we tell her not to do it, she'll do it anyway? So now we have to support her.
I actually logged on and was turned on.
Oh, my God.
Yo.
Oh, my God.
That's gross.
She's good. Yeah, she's good. I never saw that trick with the fence post.
Yikes. Preston, when you brought this story up last week, I pulled up her Instagram account, Sammy Sheen, and it was like in the low thousands. Today, 100,000.
Yeah.
So all of this press is doing her exactly what she wants.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. I have some Bachelor news. We haven't had Bachelor news in a little while.
So exciting.
So I thought that would be nice. Today reports that Bachelor star Michelle Young and Nate Ulakoya have broken up.
I don't love you.
So I guess they don't love each other.
love you.
Young
I loved you, but I don't.
posted the news to her
wrong about loving you.
her Instagram stories on Friday.
You know, I found both of them, of the brief amount of time I spent watching the show with them, incredibly boring.
She said, I'm struggling to say that Nate and I will be going our separate ways.
Done.
But I stand with him knowing the heaviness that is present in both our hearts
The hell are you talking about?
as this relationship has been very real for us.
No, it hasn't.
She said, I'm deeply hurting and will need time and space to work through this heartbreak.
Come on, for Christ's sake.
Space too, huh?
Some time and space.
They must give them like a Mad Libs book of things to release. You know, you just put your name in there.
Yep. And
Situation.
yep.
Adjective.
Let me see here. I had a couple other things. Do I want to mention this here? You know, yeah, because we'll play a little audio clip of this. Neil Diamond made a rare post-retirement live appearance Saturday, and he sang Sweet Caroline at the Boston Red Sox game at Fenway Park. He previously performed his song at Fenway in 2010 and again in 2013, days after the Boston Marathon bombings. But Saturday was his first time back at the stadium since retiring from touring in 2018 due to his Parkinson's disease diagnosis. And despite the Red Sox being down 10-2 against the Cardinals, fans rapturously sang along with Diamond on Sweet Caroline, which has been an eighth-inning anthem at Fenway Park since 1997. We'll play a little clip of this, and I'll tell you why he was there. in that musical, A Beautiful Noise. So I guess he's playing the Neil Diamond part in that.
That's very cool. I think that would be an interesting story. The music would be great.
Yeah, totally. I
Yeah.
mean, just chock full of huge hits. So that's cool. Good for him. And
He
it's-
sounded pretty decent.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that Linda Ronstadt had, is it Parkinson's as well
I
for
believe
her?
she has Parkinson's
that
too.
affected
Yeah,
her voice?
She had to stop. Altogether. So it definitely has an effect on singers for sure. Two more quick things. So Wendy Williams' iconic purple chair, along with other set memorabilia from her 13-season run, is expected to be thrown in the garbage. A source close to the production.
Is that code for brought to the Smithsonian Institute?
Said recently the wigs are still there since she didn't come and get them, so they're being thrown out.
We're proud to announce that Wendy's iconic furniture from her set will be thrown into the garbage.
The chair is just going to be thrown out, they said. Production is not even bothering to try to donate the chair to a museum like The View did with their original table. After 10 years, they gave it to the Smithsonian.
How much can you beat up on her by literally throwing out her furniture?
Yeah, just throw it out back.
Yeah. Oh, we forgot to piss on it.
And then one last thing, according to the Hollywood Reporter, a Game of Thrones live-action sequel featuring the fan favorite character Jon Snow is now in production at HBO.
So how do you feel about that?
I love it. I love his character, and if they do it right, I think that could be really cool.
Should they use the song "Snowbird" as the theme song?
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that.
Because it'd be going against the grain.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
Who did Snowbird?
Anne Murray.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was it. So Kit Harington is reportedly reprising his role in the new series. So
I forgot how actually he's in good shape, but he's small.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
He's a small guy.
Yeah.
Yet on that show, they managed to make him
Larger than life.
a real badass. I mean, he wasn't like big and imposing, but he was very skilled. So they managed to pull that off.
I would like to see them extend with the Eternals. His character, remember in the Eternals, he was the
remind me.
he was the teacher love interest.
Yes.
who's
Yeah.
kind of to the side.
He's gonna be like Arthur, like of the Round Table. Like there's something going
Something's
on
going
there.
on there. Yeah.
Is this Snowbird?
Yes, it is.
Oh my God. I'm not going to name names because he hit this one off out of bounds and into a yard. And so he hits the ball, and all of a sudden we hear like the ball hitting something, and then we hear that. And I'm like, dude, I think you killed a peacock.
Oh God!
Somebody had a peacock.
Oh, my
And it
God.
must have gotten near
Oh,
it
my
and scared
God.
it. It sounded like he killed one. So,
Jesus.
all right, there you go. There's our Anne Murray moment on the Preston and Steve show. All right, we're ready for clips. Here we go. In Spiderhead, inmates
does
roam-
whatever a spiderhead can.
inmates roam freely at a state-of-the-art penitentiary. In return, they are fitted with a device that administers dosages of mind-altering drugs. And here Miles Teller explains what draws him to these mind-bending roles.
I think at the end of the day, I just want to hopefully do projects where people feel something. I think that's kind of always been what's drawn. I get drawn to projects pretty much like emotionally really tends to be the kind of connection that I have.
Yeah!
So let me get this right. So they can go wherever they want, do whatever they want, but the moment they start doing something that's incorrect,
No. You'll have to watch it. It's
Okay.
I mean,
Have you seen the case?
Yeah, I watched it over the weekend. It's a free range prison. They don't want to go anywhere because they're.
So you made it to the end?
I mean, did you not?
Oh my God, I had bailed. I couldn't take it. I look, to each their own, but I thought it was terrible.
It was what Netflix has to do is they really need to have a lot of people look at the
More
script.
Snowbird.
No, well, maybe,
Yeah.
but they need to have because I dug the concept. It's just they need to have somebody go through the script a little bit more and go, okay, we need to tweak some things here.
Between the two of you, that just doesn't sound like a rave on it.
No, I like the actors, and
yeah.
it was shot
And that's
beautifully.
why I hung there.
So I was like, oh, Chris Hemsworth and Miles Teller, I'll tune in, and it bored me to tears.
My Miles Teller appreciation has skipped up dramatically. He's great in Maverick, and he's also great in The Offer, that 10-part series about the making of The Godfather.
but maybe not so much.
Maybe not Spider. Well, he could be good in Spiderhead, but the movie's not good.
Spiderhead can
Or
now be
series.
streamed on Netflix. Is it a series?
No, it's just one movie.
Is it a series of one movie?
It's a series of one movie. Next clip. Sean Hatosi went out of his comfort zone playing the unhinged character Pope in the series Animal Kingdom. And in this clip, he explains why this is an actor's perfect role.
It's great as an actor just because it's not the same thing over and over again. It's there are levels, and he has layers and different dimensions, and he's emotional and physical. He's all the things that you want to play.
I don't give a
New episodes of Animal Kingdom air Sundays 9 p.m. That's on TNT.
Oh, these are the. This is like the gang and Ellen Barkin's the matriarch. I think that's what it is.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, it's been on for 39 seasons.
Yep,
Right? Is that the case?
I think so.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Your entertainment report for today, friends, from your entertainment experts here on the Preston and Steve Show. We have some stuff going on. We are going to meet the new Flyers head coach this morning.
Very exciting.
Yep. So John Tortorella is going to be joining us around 9 o'clock. He's the 23rd head coach in the team history.
Yeah.
And we'll see what he has to say about getting ready for next season. And we have the blood drive rapidly approaching. It is on Friday. In fact, there's more details coming up on that right here. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Hey, gang, a huge
Will it be fast food or fancy food?
schnitzel.
Schnitzel?
Yeah.
Do you like schnitzel?
It's not bad. It's it's good. I mean, it's not great, but yum. Yeah, it'll do it.
Is that what Christoph Waltz is eating during Inglourious Bastards?
No, that's strudel.
Strudel, okay. Because I love me some strudel.
Schnitzel is very sweet.
Yeah. Do you know what schnitzel is?
Is it no? Is it a baked good? Is it a salty baked good?
It's pork,
Oh, then no.
fried pork.
Okay.
Essentially, it's like a fried pork tenderloin. So it's not anything like a.
I don't like it much. Yeah.
You don't like schnitzel?
I'm not a big. I'm
I
not a
love
big
it.
schnitzel
I mean,
guy.
I like it. It's good enough. So anyhow, Schnitzel Fest event in Bavaria, Germany. Apparently used 400 pork chops, 4,000 eggs, 551 pounds of breadcrumbs to create a giant schnitzel. And the resulting schnitzel is 2,663 pounds.
Wow. People
And-
must have been schnitting for weeks after.
That's good, dude.
You knew it was coming.
I just took a hairy schnit.
753.5 square feet is how big it is. I've had schnitzel in Germany, in Munich. We were having dinner, and I'm like, how can I not have schnitzel?
If you're
while
going to have schnitzel, you have it there. So what did you think?
It's good. It's not
Okay.
great.
It's not rocking your world.
No, it's good. I'd order it. I've had it at other places as well too.
It's funny when you have something that you think is authentic and then you later do have the authentic version of something and your opinion of it changes 180%, 180 degrees, I should say.
Organizers say it took nearly 3,700 gallons of oil to fry. A Guinness World Record adjudicator, how do you say that word?
Adjudicator?
Adjudicator, thank you. Was on hand to verify the schnitzel's measurements.
They called me the schnithead.
And certify that it broke the previous record of 1,212 pounds, so it blew that record away. And it was then split up into 4,800 portions and sold to attendees at the festival.
Yes, we put it on a conveyor belt and it comes right out to Schnitthorn.
Keep going. Do more.
What were you going to say? You were going to say something.
Well, I was just so it's just a pork chop, basically.
Yeah, I don't know if it might be the tenderloin case. I'm not 100% sure what part of the pig it is. But yeah, it's like a fried pork chop or a fried tenderloin.
Yeah, I never really cared for pork chops.
Oh man, I do love pork.
I know, and people like my father loves them, and I like them only if they are incinerated to the point.
No.
That's the only way I can eat.
You got to get them juicy. All right. Well, anyhow, they made the biggest one in the world.
What cartoon has a character named Schnitzel?
That was Chowder.
Chowder, that's it.
And
okay.
Schnitzel would only say "rottle, rottle." He never said anything other than that, "rottle, rottle."
I was looking for that, and I came across something that says "schnit" in the bathtub. So I'm going to
Go
play
ahead.
that.
Let's hear what that
I don't
is.
know what that is,
Okay.
but
Oh no, someone decided to take a shit in the bathtub. Not again.
You know what that was from?
What is that from?
That OxyClean parody. You remember?
Oh yeah. Yep. Oh
my God, that was funny.
That was very funny.
That was
where they add the dialogue.
Just take this effing thing right over here and rip this. Oh, look at that. Someone schnit in the bathtub.
Oh no, someone decided to take a shit in the bathtub. Not again.
not again.
I saw this story. I thought this was kind of interesting. A pair of panties.
Yeah.
Belonging to Adolf Hitler's wife, Eva Braun, sold at auction for around $6,000 over the weekend.
Oh, geez.
The pink.
Put on the panties.
Yes, the pink.
The ones that I like, the pink ones.
The pink silk panties,
oh boy,
embroidered with Braun's initials, came from a private European World War II collection. They were sold to an anonymous UK telephone bidder.
These are like bloomers.
Who also bought her. You're right, they are. They're huge.
Yeah.
Who also bought her white lace night dress for $5,000. You know, there's some guy wearing these things, staring in the in the mirror.
Fatherland.
Yes.
Oh my God! You know, as obviously as staggeringly aberrant as Hitler was with all of his little things like his all the weird creepy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Him having sex is at the bottom of the list of things I want to think about Hitler doing.
Yeah. Auctioneer Jonathan Humbert said that there was perennial interest in items from the Nazi Germany area. In the same auction, a bracelet presented by Goering's wife, Emmy.
I got you something.
Sold for about $3,000.
Oh my gosh, he vintage Javid.
The gold-plated bracelet dated 1938 has a central locket with a swastika and opens up to reveal
a swastika on it?
a picture of Hitler, of whom Goering was a close confidant, of course. So there was a picture of Hitler in this locket that he gave to her with the bracelet.
That's right there. Too cute to not commit genocide.
Oh, my God. Happy wife, happy life. I actually said that phrase to somebody the other day, a minute, and it's
it's the truth. Honestly, and you know when things, you walk in and you can feel it in the air.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
I know.
Oh, no.
And then when I say it's because you're on your period.
Oh, my God.
You said that one time, and you never said it
Is it
again.
girl things? What did you say?
Oh, my God. They turn into Rambo.
Yeah.
They turn into Rambo.
It's gonna get bloody.
It
I'm
is.
coming for you.
Oh, my God. Kathy, what were you going to say? Oh,
Having my period, having to use the feminine hygiene products, spitting on us, calling us baby killers.
And we know it. It's so bad. I hate it, but listen,
Use it.
I'm an animal.
I do
once a
again.
month.
As I've said, my it's pretty even keel. I don't have the Jekyll and Hyde thing. You know.
No?
Yeah.
God,
Never
you're
had that.
lucky.
What country was Hawaiian pizza invented? 215-263 WMMR. We will go to Kara and see if she knows the answer. Hey, Kara.
Hey, Gadzooks.
Gadzooks to you, Kara. So, do you know what country Hawaiian pizza was invented in?
Canada.
That's correct.
Found it.
Yeah.
They call that the Big Island, Preston.
Because it used to be, it was pineapple and Canadian bacon, which is essentially ham anyway. But I remember when you first would order, or at least I remember when I first ordered Hawaiian pizza, that it was advertised as pineapple and Canadian bacon.
There you go. Would never have guessed.
It's like a nightmare for me.
I love it.
Really?
The cooked fruit situation for me is
yeah,
like
that's
I'm out.
right.
I'm just out.
That's right. Any hot fruit.
Yeah.
There's a band name, Hot Fruit. Damn it. I got to write these down.
Romano, come down and see my new band, Hot Fruit. We sizzle.
We're sick.
They sizzle.
I'm sorry. Did I hear that again?
I'm Captain Romano, come see our new band, Hot Fruit. Boys, we sizzle.
Hot Fruit. All right, anyhow.
What do we play? I'm interested.
That's a good question.
Nothing but Shania Twain.
All night.
Let's go, girls.
All right.
Want some Hawaiian pizza?
Hot fruit.
And the director, by the way, is a guy named Jim Mickle. He's from Pottstown.
Jim Mickle.
Oh, yeah. Actually, he did a movie I mentioned before, a vampire movie, a really good vampire movie called Stakeland.
No kidding.
Yeah, really well done.
Okay.
Kathy just got a message.
Kathy just wants
Everything okay?
Yeah, she just wants to listen to some music.
Yeah.
Turned over to B101.
Wait, I'm trying to win the
Station I
prize.
really love.
I'm trying to win Richard Marx tickets.
Can you guys be quiet?
Can you guys just take a break for a minute?
My name is Romano.
Oh my God, thank you. I'm so excited.
Can't, I'm at work.
Yeah, you can't get more excited than that.
You can't get more excited that you just won tickets. I can't. I'm at work.
I work at WMMR. I do the morning show.
Well, can you go outside and scream?
Kathy at WMMR.com. You can't win this.
You could actually walk one block down and pick up the tickets.
Guys, I'll be right back.
You know what else I noticed?
Ooh.
I noticed.
Just noticed more things.
I noticed that
Not just product renaming.
the Cold War
The Cold War. CW.
could have been a world war.
TCW.
But a cache of Soviet jokes that was compiled by CIA agents during the Cold War has been released among a cache of declassified documents.
Soviet jokes designed for what purpose?
It's hard to say because they mainly make fun of the Soviet Union. So all the jokes were told between Soviets but picked up by CIA operatives before being relayed back to Washington. So
do we believe that perhaps it were American operatives and spies to be armed with these jokes? It might be a way of sort of ingratiating themselves to, in other words, if you could tell a funny Soviet joke to another person.
They're not clear on what the purpose
or was
of this
it for their
I think it was just them.
Soviet review.
It was just part of the gigantic lists of stuff that they have at
So
the CIA.
there's a lot of Yakov Smirnoff stuff here, right?
The list was addressed to the deputy director of the CIA, but is believed to have been circulated among senior White House officials. One joke featuring Ronald Reagan made it to the president's desk, and he found it so funny that he began to use it himself.
That's the goddamn funniest thing I've ever heard.
So here, you want to hear the joke?
Please tell me. Tell me, Mommy.
An American tells a Russian that the United States is so free that he can stand in front of the White House and yell, "To hell with Ronald Reagan." And the Russian replies, "That's nothing. I can stand in front of the Kremlin and yell, 'To hell with Ronald Reagan,' too."
I don't get it.
Oh, yeah!
Did you say penis? I must have missed it.
No.
You said it was a dirty joke.
No, I didn't say it was a dirty joke.
Oh, yes, you did. Where? What?
No, I didn't say it was a dirty joke.
You said it was filthy.
I think the Alzheimer's is kicking in, Ronnie.
God damn it.
Yep.
Where are my jelly beans?
It is not known exactly why the CIA began doing this.
It wasn't filthy.
Though since there were no polls in Soviet Russia, it could have been a good way for agents to judge public mood towards politicians and the government.
Why did chicken cross road?
Why?
To escape the extreme starvation caused by Stalin.
One particular figure of fun was Mikhail Gorbachev.
Why do I have stain on head?
The last leader of the Soviet Union who worked to end the Cold War by reforming the USSR. While this made him popular overseas, he was often reviled at home, as revealed by this joke, which tells of a man waiting in line at a liquor store.
Tell the joke.
A worker standing at a liquor store line says, I have had enough. Save my place. I'm going to go shoot Gorbachev. 2 hours later, he returns to claim his place in line, and his friends asked, did you get him? He said, no, the line there was even longer than the line here.
That is a good one. It's very funny.
Another joke compares Gorbachev to...
maybe you don't laugh at the same kind of jokes or something.
I love that Sam clip.
Wait, what?
Hey, what?
If you love that and that delivery, you got to watch The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent.
Oh, really?
Because Nicolas Cage is having fun with being Nicolas Cage.
All right.
And it's great.
Hey, real quick, I want to congratulate somebody. You probably don't know the name, but we certainly do. You know, we're going to have John Tortorella on later on, the new head coach of the Flyers. And there's a guy who's behind the scenes to the general public. He's the senior director of communications, and he is retiring. A guy named Zach Hill, who we've known forever, is hanging it up. And he, you know, when we get the interviews with the guys or anything that has to do with the team, Zach's our point person. And he's awesome. And
He's the best.
I had no idea that he was at retirement age.
Yeah,
the guy looks phenomenal.
He sure does. Yeah. And, you know, anytime we've ever had a player come out to Camp Out for Hunger, it's either been Zach Hill or lately Joe Seville has been helping, and Joe is going to be taking over Zach's role. Both those guys are awesome. And I was reaching out to Zach last week to see if we could get Tortorella on. He's like, yeah, I'm probably going to be able to make that happen. And then he said, this is going to be Joe Seville's department. And I said, okay. And then like a half hour later, the announcement came out from the team that Zach Hill was retiring. And I'm like, you son of a bitch. But congrats to Zach, because he deserves it. He's worked his ass off for a long time, and he's just a great dude.
It seems, and also he seems to have been blessed with loving what he does.
Oh, yeah.
Which is the most wonderful thing if you can achieve it. So that's good. But I guess, any ideas what he's going on to, or just full blown retirement?
He's going to be consultant for a year, I think, just to stick around for 30 full years. But that probably means a much lesser role, and he can kind of do what he wants when he wants. Probably not go on the road as much.
I read an interview where he said he wanted to become a solid gold dancer.
Okay.
That show's not on anymore.
Not even on anymore.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense because he joined. He was originally with the 76ers. I'm reading a little bio here, and he started in 1987.
There you go. Wow.
Wow. All right, cool. Well, congratulations, Zach. Happy for you, man. That's cool. But he's always been really, really great with us. So, other local things to chat about. Steve sent me this article this morning. Oh, okay. I guess
wow.
I guess it's part
I wasn't prepared for this.
I wasn't either. For a city beat, but you know what? Actually, there are a few local
The beat with the pristine feet.
local things here that I can mention. Steve sent me this article about the Schuylkill River.
Yes.
Yay.
Okay. And how it is actually clean enough for recreation such as boating or organized swim events most days, but it is persistently believed by a majority of people as too polluted to go in or near.
Yeah,
Well, they wouldn't have those. Like, I mean, there are swims and stuff in there.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
Like, they
that's
wouldn't
what I was
have
going to
that if
say.
it was unsafe.
I've swam in that river on a couple of different occasions. I did a sprint triathlon in that river where I probably a little less than 30 seconds into my swim, I swallowed a mouthful of Schuylkill.
That's something they recommend you don't do.
Yeah. I didn't do it on purpose, Steve. Sometimes when you're swimming, when you go to breathe, the water just ends up in your mouth.
Did you feel sick after?
No, not even a little bit. But I was like, oh my God, I'm going to die. I don't even think I'm going to make it to the end of this thing.
All right, where were you? Where did the swim take place?
Strawberry Mansion Bridge.
Yeah.
Right around that area.
Okay.
So we entered on the West River Drive area. You swam upstream for, I guess,
So I think the perception case would be that if you get away from this area and go, further away, that you're more likely to be in better. But this makes the case that the Schuylkills.
Yeah. I also swam upstream too for month of stunts, if you guys recall.
Yeah.
I swam the across the Schuylkill River, and that was up in like the Upper Marion area. There's a rowing club up there.
Right.
Yeah.
The Vikings, I think they might call
So apparently, the group and a consultant examined water quality for 71 miles of the main stem of the Schuylkill from Reading to Southwest Philadelphia, surveyed 300 people to understand how the river is perceived, and they found a big disconnect. So this is according to Elaine Paul Schaefer, who's the executive director of the Schuylkill River Greenways National Heritage Area, and she said it's been sort of a vexing issue for many, many years, And after so many years of truly being polluted, it has a terrible reputation that it doesn't deserve anymore.
It's true. Most people, I know I believed it.
And she said, we're trying to make the case that the public to the public that the term Schuylkill Punch no longer applies.
Schuylkill Punch.
And people would turn toward the river rather than from it.
So is it, at this point, what I guess and the gist of this article is that you can keep a ladle by the river and occasionally go down and just take a sip, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Make your iced tea with it, whatever you need to do.
It's very refreshing.
I like Schuylkill Sun tea. You know?
It's
It's
great.
so good.
No, listen. So they said one of the main reasons that people have a bad perception of the river is the visible trash along the banks.
And also it's brown. Like there are days where it's just it looks like mud.
Well, that's usually
from the
after rain.
Yeah, but
and
so what?
that's when you don't want to go in it. So they sampled for E. coli bacteria during both dry and wet weather at the 4 locations that they were checking out. And separately, they sent volunteers to record trash. They did all this stuff. So the E. coli concentrations were, it says, generally safe on dry days during swimming season months, but extremely elevated during and after storms.
Oh, my God.
At some locations, meaning the water was too dirty for humans during those times. So here's the deal. So fecal waste will enter the Schuylkill and other waterways through failing septic tanks, leaking sewer lines, urban storm water runoff, and combined sewer systems that send overflow of untreated waste during heavy rains directly into the water. That's why if you see like slight flooding when it rains heavy, don't go in that water. I know you want to.
Do you know what this makes me think of?
It looks fun.
Last year.
Yeah.
The big flood on 676 when they were diving off into the
oh my God, that's
into that.
Well, not only that, Steve, but the one guy who was jumping off of the bridge, I think it was like maybe the 22nd Street Bridge. What they showed afterwards was where this guy was jumping. There was a road sign that this dude almost did a backflip like right onto.
Could have landed on that sign.
He could have easily landed on that sign.
I didn't even think about that. And those things, yeah, that could cut you up.
Cut you in
big time.
half,
Could
yeah.
kill you.
I wonder what happened to that guy. He's probably dead now, right? I mean, there's no, like that.
You're actually doing.
I need to find that guy, the kid who ate horse crap when the Villanova won.
We should put a search out for these infamous people. The guy that jumped off the bridge, the dude that ate the horse poop, the guy that puked on the kid at Citizen. Was that, or that might have been the vet?
That was,
I think it was the
Park. Yeah, we need to find these people.
The guy that jumped into the river when it was flooded into 676, he might be immune to all diseases at this point.
And Nick, he wasn't the only one. There were a couple of them that did that.
Right, but he was the one that made the news.
I mean, so that what they said, that had to be a massive concentration of everything that you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, I would think so.
Especially predicated on where it was.
So the bottom line is when it rains heavy and that water turns brown, it's probably not poop, okay? It's probably
mud.
Poop?
It's probably mud, but nonetheless, those E. coli levels are going to be elevated.
Still, I would refrain from swimming in a river right down, in this area. I'm possibly, upstream, I guess. I might be more inclined to do that, just away from a city population.
It is nice though when you do see the river, Kathy, and it has kind of that greenish tint to it as opposed to the brown. It looks pretty then,
After leaving here from work and getting on the Schuylkill right at Belmont, you have a clear view of it, and after it rains, I mean it just looks like flowing diarrhea.
But the article makes a good point, as you mentioned, Preston. It's the garbage too along the banks.
Yeah. So in this article, they say that trash is the deal breaker. It says here, for better or worse, there's a tendency that when people see trash, they think unhealthy, polluted, and dangerous. According to John Jackson, who's the senior research scientist at Shroud, said, I think in terms of reaching the public, trash may be the pollutant I'm most concerned about. If we can't make the river look good, how will people ever believe that it's not polluted? And by polluted, I mean like the water is just in really unhealthy conditions. An overwhelming majority, 85%, cited trash and litter when asked about the main cause of river contamination.
There you go.
It says, what about chemicals? 66% cited chemicals and other toxins as either a major or minor problem, but the study did not sample chemicals, so we do not know. Though low-level chemicals such as mercury and PCBs in the river are generally low. Listen to this, though. The Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission does have a fish consumption advisory for some parts of the Schuylkill. The commission. The commission says that long-lasting contaminants that also include chloridane, once used as a pesticide, and mercury can build up in bodies over time from fish.
So this whole fishing thing is something that you see all the time because down by the SEPTA station going into Manayunk, you see guys on that bridge fishing right there. And I'm like, you really eat these fish?
Listen, it says, so it advises limiting consumption of certain species of fish caught in various river segments to as much as 1 meal a month to only 6 meals a year.
No.
Teach a man to fish, and he just eats once for every 6 times a year. Or it advises not eating some fish altogether, depending where they are caught.
Yeah, I would not. I would not do that.
I would like to get more active in some of our waterways. Like, the Perkiomen Creek is nearby me.
Would you ever scuba dive it?
Not scuba dive it. But I do see kayakers, and that should be, I should do that. Or canoeing,
We were thinking last summer was something we were, my wife and I were considering doing is trying that a little bit because there does seem to be a whole bunch of really good, paths, water paths, whatever you'd call them, for kayaking.
Yeah.
And we didn't get around to it, but maybe this year.
So I know that there's paddleboarding and kayaking, things like that at the shore in locations, or pretty much anywhere there. But I prefer a river because you're going somewhere.
Right.
You know what? You're heading with the flow.
Phoenixville has a few spots, like there's where the locks are in Phoenixville. There's like that canal, and you can go in with kayaks there and go up and down the river, and it's really calm in most of those points.
All right, I have sad news to report.
What?
Nick just found this. The guy who puked on the little girl in 2010 died.
Oh, no.
He died in 2014.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that.
All right, so cross that off.
We'll take him off the list.
Yeah.
Of
now we're still looking for the raw sewage diver.
Right, and the guy who ate poop at when Villanova won, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
A rogues
Horse poop.
gallery.
Yeah.
Wait, horse poop. That was a Super Bowl. That was
Yeah, was it Super Bowl?
No, it was Villanova. No, wait.
No, it was a Super Bowl.
Was it Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Remember?
Villanova, they punched the horse. We need that guy.
Hang on a second. Let me go to, I got somebody who fishes the Schuylkill. I'm going to go to Bill. Hey, Bill, good morning.
Good morning, Gadzooks.
Gadzooks, what's up, buddy?
How you guys doing?
Good. What you want to tell us, man?
I do a lot of fishing in the Schuylkill River, and most of the people that fish in that river actually just do catch and release.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, I would never eat a fish out of that river or probably any river in this area.
All right, so you fish regularly, and you would never eat one out of our local waterways.
No, I would never. The only fish that I eat are the fish I catch in the ocean.
Okay.
So, Bill, would you, if you're like way upstream, far removed from this area, would you consider eating something you caught in the Schuylkill?
Oh, for sure. If you go up to the main tributary where it starts.
Right.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the way I feel about it as well.
Bill, is there any good lake fishing around here, or is that kind of rare?
Oh, there's a lot of good lake fishing around here. Not necessarily in Philadelphia, but South Jersey, Central Jersey.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right. Man. Thanks, Bill.
My friend Ron, he goes to he does a lot of fly fishing, and the areas he goes to is the exact place where where it's very removed. The waters are much cleaner, and you assume the fish are more edible.
I saw a guy
city fish
fly fishing into Ridley Creek State Park last week.
Okay.
And it's not a huge creek at all.
Right.
And so he was, there in his little waders and everything like that. And I thought he was just regular fishing. And then I saw him doing the little fly thing.
Yeah.
And I would love to do that. But
It's
I want to
cool.
do it like more.
I did it in Utah with my dad.
That's
It was really cool.
I want to be more like wilderness, not,
You know
you can
what?
go to upstate New York and do that way. I have a friend who does it every year.
It's very zen. It's very nice, and almost catching anything is secondary to the environment and all that stuff.
Yeah, my buddy from college, Jeff, he, I think you heard me talking about this before. He's a big fly fisherman. Dude, he got dropped off by some seaplane in Alberta.
Wow.
And, yeah, I know. And was there
And it buried him.
And it buried him.
I forgot we were talking about a fly fishing movie or something like that, Kathy, a while back. And
My
your brother, yeah.
My brother did a documentary on. He's like I think he's like the #1 fly fisher in the world, and he's lives in Belize. And him and his kids get up and fly fish in the morning before the kids go to school.
Was this movie released?
Yeah, it was in film festivals, and wish I remembered the name of it.
Is it A River Runs Through It by any chance?
No.
it's not that.
It's the guy's
Brad
name.
Pitt?
I'll look it up.
Well, all right. So anyhow, these experts are saying we should not look at the Schuylkill River as a disgusting, horrible cesspool.
It's better than you thought.
Yes.
There are some things to be concerned about, but it's better than you thought.
Yeah. I would go to other fish calls, and I appreciate that, but there's a couple other things I want to get to that are kind of in our general area. We're headed down the shore now for these next couple of stories, but apparently, for decades, it was accepted that the casino industry eliminating smoking would pretty much kill their revenue or have some big losses.
That's been the feeling for the longest time, and it's always been something tough for me as a non-smoker when you go into a casino.
But a new report examining how the coronavirus has changed gamblers' habits says that it may no longer be the case. The report issued Friday by Las Vegas-based C3 Gaming comes as several states, including New Jersey, Rhode Island, and Pennsylvania, are considering banning smoking in all their casinos. The research firm says that its report was done independently, was not financed by any outside party, and it notes that the pandemic changed several key aspects of the casino experience, including the elimination of daily housekeeping in many places, closing off buffets, and an end to room service, all of which customers have gotten used to, and it suggests that smoking will be the next such change to be accepted.
I don't want to talk out of turn here, but when we were at Parks for the sorority event, it seemed as if
I didn't smell it.
Smokers were outside.
Yeah.
They were out front. Did you see them?
And I, occasionally, Steve, I've sort of dreaded walking through the casino floor to get to the other parts, and I didn't smell one cigarette the whole way. And then when we were in the bar hanging out the whole time, I didn't see anybody smoking.
And it was very pleasant.
Yeah.
So the report looks at casinos' performance in numerous states and finds that those casinos that implemented smoking prohibitions did not experience any drop in revenues or lost market share to nearby casinos that continued to offer smoking environments.
I mean, think about it. Like, smokers are not going to go somewhere because smoking is banned, but non-smokers might not go somewhere because there is smoking there.
Well, what they're saying is even smokers aren't put off by having it,
Yeah, that's what
correct.
I said.
Yeah. So
because they can go outside. There are areas, generally speaking, even in non-smoking facilities, like Disney World, for instance.
Right.
They have little areas that you can go to if you need to smoke, right? But
smoke cot.
But in the park itself, you're not there. You're not supposed to smoke.
So the authors also predicted that smokers will not abandon Atlantic City casinos in droves if New Jersey bans smoking there, noting that due to smoking bans in Connecticut and New York and a smoke-free policy at Rivers Casino Philadelphia, gamblers from New York, New Jersey, and Eastern Pennsylvania would have only 4 options.
Can you still fish in the casinos?
That offered smoking. The report is the latest in a back and forth on whether there is evidence that smoking can be eliminated without harming casinos' bottom lines.
Yeah.
It also takes aim at the report commissioned in February by New Jersey's casinos, predicting massive revenue and job losses if a smoking ban were implemented. But it's looking like that's
not the case.
Any effect.
What about strip clubs? Remember for the longest time? I don't know if that's still the case.
They were paying the fines. They were like,
they were
whatever.
just paying the fines.
Yeah, they're like, just fine us and we'll pay the fine.
Right.
I don't know.
What about the health-conscious strip club goer?
Yeah, how about that?
I generally, I don't like the smell of stale cigarettes.
Right.
But I do like the smell of a burning cigarette still.
Really?
Yeah. Just.
What about you, Preston? You gave it up a long time ago. Are you still occasionally enticed by the smell of a cigarette?
No.
Okay.
I hate it.
Yeah.
So
cigars,
as soon as
you're
I
okay
smell it,
with.
I'm like, get away. Cigars, I do like the smell of. There's a different pipe smoke. Actually, smells great.
Yeah.
It smells fantastic.
There's a sweetness to it.
Yeah.
My wife did cold turkey, and hasn't smoked in forever, but said if there was no negative effect on your health whatsoever, she might be inclined to do it now and then.
Steve, since July of last year, Parks has been indoors smoke-free.
That's to be why.
Parks Casino has smoking patios and areas outside of the casino and the beer garden where you're allowed to smoke, which is where we were, the beer garden. But inside the casino, it's smoke-free.
I haven't had a cigarette in, I'm just a couple months away from 20 years.
Isn't that amazing?
Yep.
And I'm sure there was a time you thought that would never be the case.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a chain smoker.
You were a fly fisherman.
And a fly fisherman. I would smoke and fly fish at the same time.
I can't believe it's been that long.
Yeah, 20.
And gamble.
Carter turned 20 years old yesterday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's how I.
That's when you
how I
quit?
remember. I quit 6 months after he was born.
You put your last cigarette out in the placenta.
Yeah. That's it. I'm done.
I'm surprised they were letting you smoke at the delivery room.
I know. Well,
Dude.
me. They let me do it.
You ever smoke on an airplane?
I probably did. Yeah, early on.
When I was, we went to Cancun for senior week, and I smoked a cigarette on Taesa Airlines. I smoked a cigarette on the way down, and then I remember smoking a cigarette on the way back, and the guy behind me, I lit it, and he was a scary dude, and he was like, "You better put that out." And I was like, "I'm going to put this out, right?" And I just put that right out, yeah.
Okay.
But, I mean, they had, like,
Ashtrays.
ashtrays in the little
case.
handles there.
I remember clearly flying on jets and planes where they were smoking like crazy.
Do you remember ashtrays in the back of like the passenger seat and the driver's seat in a car?
Yes. In the armrest.
Yeah. No, not even in the armrest.
On the actual back.
On the actual back of the seat.
Oh yes, no,
For people in the back seat.
Right.
Yep, absolutely.
And a place to clean your fish.
So.
By the way, the name of my brother's fly fishing documentary is Eworth.
Okay.
That's the guy's name.
All right. You got a descaler back here in the seat somewhere, Steve?
It's right next to the ashtray. Why would they include this in a normal suburban car? People like to fish.
People like to fish.
I mean, the design of those things, they also, Press, if you remember those ashtrays, to the right or left of the thing would fold out, and they had this little thing that was like a hole. And Steve, what you would use that for is you would mold the cherry of your cigarette.
Oh,
so it was just like a special way to ash it.
Okay, so I got it. So you're talking about that little nubby that would extend out that had a hole in it.
A hole in it.
That was to put it out in.
Well, that was to put it out, I thought.
You could do that, but also, like, if you wanted to, like,
mold the cherry,
have a nice little
a sculpture of Lionel Richie's face.
Maybe that's what it was actually for, was to put it out. But I was like, I just like a nice little cherry.
That's where you keep the dip.
All right, I have one more localish story that I want to get to. This is another shore story, but Ocean City's police chief is urging parents to keep their kids under control amid an increase in juveniles recklessly riding their electric bikes, their e-bikes.
Yeah.
And regular bicycles through town, including 2 crashes in recent weeks. So
have you guys noticed?
Those electric bikes are everywhere.
They are.
I was going to get one.
And if you don't know how to ride it, like every person that I know that's ever gotten on one has crashed it the first time they rode it.
You got to spend a little time with it.
Yeah.
So, in a letter sent Friday to parents and students in the Ocean City School District, Chief Jay Prettyman, what a pretty man.
You're a pretty man.
Stressed that police will hand out tickets to juveniles who speed on their bikes or violate other traffic laws. So depending on the age of the kids, the parents may be responsible for the tickets and also could be held liable for property damage. And over the past few weeks, he said in a statement, police have observed several juveniles operating electric bikes recklessly throughout town. The riders have been ignoring traffic signals and violating many New Jersey state motor vehicle statutes.
Have you guys noticed them?
Which is extremely dangerous. I haven't seen anybody driving stupid on them.
No, I haven't seen that. But
but I could see it happening.
Yep.
Ocean City was in the news last week as well because, and juveniles again, like they were overtaking the boardwalk, and so much so that like the police were like, dude, can you just go on the beach because you're really wreaking havoc for all these families that are just trying to like have a nice, quiet, enjoyable night with their families. And so there was basically a giant party on the beach with like thousands of high school aged kids. You guys didn't see
the
this
ruffians?
at all? Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, it was, they were being overrun and, people were like,
why don't you take your rock and roll and get off the beach?
So one boy was injured and taken to the hospital after he ran a traffic light on his e-bike and was struck by a car Wednesday at the intersection of 48th Street and West Avenue. Fortunately, his injuries were not severe. And another accident, a boy lost control of the e-bike that he was riding and rammed into some parked cars.
Those things book, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
So what
you can do anywhere. I was reading here, you can do anywhere. Like the only one that I've been on, I think got up to like 20. Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe
it's
25.
A decent clip.
Yeah, that's actually moving. But some have the capability of hitting 45 miles an hour or more. And that's hauling ass
that's
on
too
a bike,
fast.
dude. That's really hauling ass.
I was looking at a number of the bikes, and a lot of them put you in that speed range, Preston, and actually have a decent battery a charge time.
The ones that freak me out are the electric skateboards.
Yeah.
Because you'll see these people just flying
Just
by.
standing. Yeah.
And so on a bike, at least you got brakes that you can grab, okay? On one of those things, you just gotta drop and roll, man. I guess that's all you can do.
I saw a cat one on one of those the other day.
A cat?
Yeah, riding around.
That's pretty awesome.
Like kind of like a cat on a Roomba. There's a cat on an electric skateboard, and it was
by himself, or did he have the owner with him?
No, he was just sitting there like chilling.
That's kind of cool.
It was neat.
Hey, bro.
Yeah. What's up, dude?
What's up?
What's up, cat?
So e-bikes have been growing in popularity during the pandemic and are regarded as an environmentally friendly form of transportation. They are now common sight on local streets and the Ocean City Boulevard.
Saturday, and I just checked my stats. I maxed out at 27 miles per hour, which for me, that is booking on a bike. And that's not an electric bike. That's just a regular,
right?
I'll call it a 10 speed.
All right, so this text came in. It says electric bicycles are considered bicycles up till class 3, which can go up to 28 miles per hour. Anything over 28 miles per hour, they're considered like a motorcycle. So
yeah, I knew there had to be a cutoff point, right?
So then I would imagine at that point, you would have to follow every rule of a motor vehicle.
What about a class-
stopping at all stop signs and things like that?
Yeah. Okay, you'd be holding to the same rules of the road. A Class C bicycle for hauling freight.
Yeah, I don't know. I was again. I was on my ride on Saturday in Avalon. There were signs that said all cyclists have to obey every single rule of the road. Like, I guess if you were a regular motorist, you know.
Well, even here, so generally speaking, if you're riding around on the street, you have to observe the rules of the road.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you have to stop
That's
at
a standard.
at a stoplight.
Yeah.
And I'll see occasionally cyclists just book right through.
Yeah.
And they're breaking the law.
Yep. No, technically, yes, they are. All right. So we're going to. Oh, really?
Is it really?
So we're going to go to this call. We had mentioned earlier, we were talking about the flooding of the Schuylkill. And then that got us on the conversation of the dude that we saw the video of jumping off of the 21st Street Bridge onto 76 into the water. He's on the line. Yep, we got him. All right, so that was you that we saw on the news. What was that? Last year?
Yeah.
Last year, yeah.
Okay. Are you doing the backflip?
Doing a backflip.
Oh my God,
dude!
Okay,
It was great.
It made national news.
But
I'm also the dumpster pool guy.
you're the guy that created the dumpster pool?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Well, we owe everything to you, man. We love your
Yeah.
dumpster pool.
Yeah, didn't we consult you for that?
Yeah.
We might have, yeah.
Okay. All right. So yeah, tell us. I mean, it's a year past since this happened, but how have things been since then?
Do you pee blood?
You know, I had to take advantage of the situation. Probably was never going to happen again. It might. But I spent all last summer, traveling around, jumping off of different cliffs, and
wow.
And the bridge just like presented itself.
All right. Did it bother you that water was mostly poop?
I didn't really think about it that much.
Right.
Probably
I
good.
was in. I was out. I immediately went home and showered.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, smart man.
We're watching video footage. That was one hell of a backflip, man.
Yeah, man. Well, if you look at the Instagram, my Instagram's probably full of bonfires, cliff jumping, and I don't know, motorcycle rides.
So you will do cliff jumping. What's one of the really high ones that you've jumped off?
The highest one I've done is about 130.
Oh my God!
That's 13 stories.
Yeah, it's big. But I'll go all over. That week, I was at this place called Dorset Marble Quarry. It's in Vermont, and it's just like really beautiful quarry turned into like a public swimming hole. And you can bypass and just jump off the rocks or into the water. It's really nice.
All right, so your worst miscalculation doing this, because
I did a double front flip once, and I over-rotated and smashed my face in the water, and it was like black eye, bleeding. It was.
I'll tell you, man, Justin, in Jamaica, they have a cliff that you can jump off of, and they explain how you got to do it and keep your limbs in tight and go in like a bullet. And I saw a woman, she got scared, arms go out. You heard that crack of her body hit, and she was bruised up like almost instantly. People don't realize how that can hurt.
You got to keep those arms tucked in.
Yeah.
Hey, Justin, I feel like I saw not too long after you did the bridge jump there on 676 that they showed after the water had subsided and what was actually under there, and you were perilously close to jumping onto a street sign. Is that correct?
It kind of. So yes, but when I went to go check it out, I sussed it out. I went down there. I'm like looking at Google Maps. I'm looking at the bridge. I'm like, well, I can't see this sign, so the water's got to be at least 8 or 9 feet. So that's why I was judging distance was off of that sign. And if I were to do it again, I would probably want to jump off the sign, not the fence.
I gotcha.
So your Instagram account is Bomb Squad 215. Is that right?
That's right.
And how was Sizzler when you went there?
Oh my God, it was the worst. It was the worst.
Sizzler's legendary.
We're like that was in Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Puerto Rico's like home to all the defunct restaurants.
Okay. Hey, but going back to the diving, have you ever gotten a fine, been arrested, anything like that?
Nope.
Huh.
Okay. I mean, they figure because you're all over the place doing this. We saw another city, obviously, that you were in, jumping off the. So what's your goal? What's in your bucket list to dive off of?
It's a good question.
Yeah, I mean, did you just kind of riff when you're at a location, or is it?
Yeah, I'll scour the maps for like watering holes, and then I'll try to chat people up like, hey, have you heard of this? Or, at this point, people know I do it, so they kind of recommend places. I'm about to do this 5-day motorcycle trip through the Finger Lakes, and we have a bunch of pins that we're going to hit.
All right. Wow.
Do you ever touch bottom from time to time?
Well, I did. I made sure I touched bottom on 676 just so I could springboard out of there.
Dude, you touched. It's miraculous. We still can't. You look at the footage, you still can't believe that was happening in our city at that time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's mind-boggling.
You got a few spots you're going to hit this summer?
Yeah, so I got this place called Fawn's Leap. That's going to be in, in Pennsylvania. Then there's this one called Cat's Den. That's on Lake George.
That's pretty cool. So what, if I may ask, what do you do for a living where you're able to do all this traveling?
I'm an architect.
Okay, all right.
I did that, Justin. I did that one in Lake George. This was probably summer of 96, 97, something like that. And Go ahead.
Where you get the boat? No, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, we had to take a boat there, and it was Cat's Den, and I jumped off, and for whatever reason, I landed so awkwardly that I got this crick in my neck, and I couldn't. I had to be helped onto the boat. I'm not an athlete by any stretch of the imagination, but it was probably the least athletic moment of my entire life. So be careful.
And I'm sure your friends didn't let you.
No, yeah.
Lots of support.
The whole weekend was brutal, yeah.
Dude, that's pretty wild, though, man. You're living the life for this. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I try to get it in.
Yeah. We're watching. I'm now on your Instagram account, and I'm watching a video where you tried to take a skateboard off of a ramp into a lake.
Well, so I rented a quarry in West Virginia.
You can do that?
Yeah.
Oh man, Preston.
Okay.
I built this ramp. I built it at home, and I put it in a box truck and drove it down there. Set it up for 5 days, and then ultimately at the end of the trip, we set it on fire. And,
of course. It was the end of the trip. You didn't need it anymore.
Well, I'm watching the video, and you're going down the ramp, and you hit your board hits something. The board stops. You do not, and you roll up the ramp and over into the water. That one looked pretty brutal.
It was pretty brutal. That's actually not me. That's actually my boy Fall Guy. But
all right.
Okay.
Did he do it again or no? That was it.
No, that was it. He got pretty banged up.
Yeah.
So there's two. I think there's another video of it a little faster.
Okay.
Yeah, we're watching
I'll
now.
have to find it. I'll check that out when we take a break. But like Nick said, your Instagram account is Bomb Squad 215. And actually, there's some pretty cool videos here.
It looks like a
that.
good follow. Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
The firework one's pretty ridiculous. That's closer to the top. It looks like an explosion, but it's like we stuffed like 1,500 bottle rockets into a coffee can and then just lit it on fire.
So, dude, we have to. So you're like the two opposite worlds colliding. You're an architect and you're a member of the Jackass set. So it's like it's two improbable things joined together. You have to let us know when there's stuff coming up. We don't want to get you discovered or ticketed or fined or shut down. But if it's something you can alert us to ahead of time, we'd love to be there or at least get the pre and post show for you. Yeah.
Casey was the founder of the Jumpers Club. You could be in the Jumpers Club.
You could.
I got to tell you, just one little plug real quick. There's a T-shirt company called Cheesesteak Tees, right? And he made a couple T-shirts. He made a dumpster pool one, and he made a Vine Street Expressway one. And check his Instagram out. He's very Philly-centric. He does, like, neighborhoods, but, like, with a Philly twist.
Did he help? So he helped you with the dumpster pool?
No.
Oh.
He just made T-shirts for
me. T-shirts out of it. Wow. Okay. Excellent. All right, Justin, thanks for the call, man. It's nice talking to you.
Everybody hit me up. I was asleep. All my friends were like, hey, I think we're talking about you on the radio.
Excellent. Nice. All right, buddy.
Hey,
have a good day.
Have a great day, man.
All right. We'll see you later. All right. Well, there you go. Asking you shall receive. Dude who jumped off of 676 in that flood last year, or off of the bridge on the 676. So
I like this. There's a shirt up they put up on the screen here. Vine Street Swim Club.
Oh, nice. So yeah, he's got some cool vids. All right. Anyway, that's it. That's all we have time for in the City Beat, gang. So hopefully you got something out of that. We do need to take a break because we got guests on the program. We got things to do and bizarre file stories to share. But a little bit later on this morning, new coach of the Philadelphia Flyers, John Tortorella, will be joining us. Or Tortorella, sorry about that. He'll probably kill me for saying that wrong.
Tortellini.
We'll be
That's
back in a
exactly
moment.
what I think every time.
Tortellini. Be back in a moment. Stay with us.
Preston and Steve on 93.
One for you. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Orange.
Orange who?
Banana. I don't think you told that correctly. Shut up.
Banana. So Stalin.
I'm going home.
Stalin was also.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Stay in your seats or you'll all be shot. It's funny, yes? Knock, knock.
Who's there?
You will starve in gulag.
I'm here all the week.
I would say try veal, but there is no veal. Try cannibalism as we starve out all of the population in Siberia because of extreme poverty caused by Stalin. Thanks for coming. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
They murdered my wife.
That's sad.
Yeah, but if you think about it, she was nagging.
It's a way homer.
Have you heard the banana joke?
Heard funny joke from Rocky. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Orange.
Orange who?
Banana.
Oh, God. Oh. Well, these are CIA files.
Hey, I am having literally to hold stomach from pain of laughing.
Yes, exactly. Okay, I noticed that, and I figured we might have
Notice the Soviet humor.
They may not be married, but Jennifer Gardner and Ben Affleck are still family, according to Ben's brother Casey. During an interview with E.T. on Saturday.
Are you still family?
No, entertainment television.
Do you all get together for the holidays?
What am I talking? What am I talking to here?
I'm E.T.
He walks in. He's like, "Are you serious? I have to do this."
Pulling himself up in the chair.
Thanks for talking with me.
Could you get my agent in here, please?
I'm talking to a turtle.
Yeah.
Not a turtle.
Turtle.
Oh my God.
I want a goddamn Oscar.
It was during an interview with E.T.'s Kelty Knight.
Oh, okay.
Whoever that is. I left that part out and I just said E.T., all right? So it was at the Are you still family?
How much longer is he going to be in rehab?
He's holding up his finger. Oh, my God.
E.T. could probably fix his addiction problem with his magic finger.
You're right.
His heart.
Touch his heart.
Heart light.
Whole new human being.
New Ben, new Batman movie.
So stupid. It's so dumb. A suspended Long Island judge pleaded guilty on Friday to sneaking into his neighbor's home and stealing panties from her clothes hamper.
Bad judge.
This is a judge. Robert Sakale pleaded guilty to second-degree attempted burglary. He was detained on March 29, 2018 when he had been knocking on it.
They call me Judge Panties.
After he'd been knocking on a neighbor's door.
I like panties.
Sakale is said to have just left the home on a different neighborhood. Of a different neighbor prior to arriving at the second neighborhood's home.
I'm touching myself under my robe.
The first neighbor was identified as 23-year-old former intern at the Islip Town Attorney's Office.
Islip, yeah.
Islip, where the judge used to work. Now, police found that the judge had several pairs of panties stuffed down his suit jacket.
Oh, my God.
And his raincoat when they apprehended him.
Those are my panties.
Sakale's attorney claimed that his client had changed. He said he has served the people of Suffolk County honorably for the last 26 years.
Except for the panties part.
As a legal aid attorney, town of Islip attorney, and a district court judge. He has dealt with his mental illness.
I also like to poop in oatmeal.
He's also...
What?
I like to poop in oatmeal.
He has dealt with his mental illness issues in a provocative manner and proactive manner.
Yes, provocative. Yes, oh, how provocative.
And he allegedly told officers during his arrest, the panties I had on me are from the other times I went into the house.
Okay, so don't judge him harshly.
We have a lot going on today. I want to start by saying we are going to have members of the Downton Abbey film in our studio this morning. So, in preparation for that, we're having Rambo Day on the Preston and Steve show.
Because if you think of an American movie that is most linear to Downton Abbey, it'd be Rambo.
It would be Rambo Last Blood, which is coming out on Friday, the same day as the Downton Abbey film.
Listen, you guys are excited about something, and now I'm excited about something.
I'm doing a double feature, Kath. I'm doing Rambo and Downton Abbey on Friday.
Both Steve and I are wearing John Rambo wigs and bandanas. Casey has a bandana around his neck, but he doesn't need the wig because
his hair's long enough. Yeah. So you're John Rambo, who is out and about and killing, and I'm John Rambo, who would like to get a job at a fast food place.
Yes.
Yeah, you're a little more. My hair is a little more wild right now.
And I'm wearing my hairnet still.
Yeah, you have the hairnet on. So
you know, it'd be really cool, Preston, if we have enough wigs and bandanas for the Downton Abbey cast.
Could you imagine if they did that? So we'll find out what happens.
I bet they'd be into that. I mean, they all have those like dry senses of British humor, but I bet they'd be into that idea.
I don't know how long I can stay with the wig on because
mine hurts.
The actual hair, it's itchy.
Yeah,
and also. It causes a cushion between my headphones and my ears.
Same here.
So it's the volume is not quite where it needs to be. So
how did Rambo ever do a radio show?
How did he do that?
Rambo in the morning.
It's 6:05 in the morning. Weather looks good for the rest of the week. And don't forget Money Shark at 8 o'clock.
Hey, Charlie Sheen was set to compete on season 28 of Dancing with the Stars, but ultimately he walked. He was talking to Us Weekly.
You have to walk to get out on the dance floor. Duh.
He told the magazine, I was very flattered by ABC and their offer, but at the end of the day, I have 2 left feet and I just can't dance.
Charlie Sheen.
I'm a freaking warlock.
Yeah, you should be able to create
Fly.
a spell and be able to dance.
I'll get on my Nimbus and fly around the stage.
Why can't you just get on your Mercury surfboard?
Absolutely.
The opportunity was linked to a pilot opportunity as well.
Yeah, I want to be a pilot for American Airlines.
But when he passed on Dancing with the Stars,
I'm your pilot. Outside the plane can see a freaking mountain.
Yes. Charlie Sheen, commercial air pilot.
We'll never crash because I'm a freaking warlock. Floatium foreverum.
I'm concerned about this flight.
Thousands of dollars worth of bull semen has been destroyed after a cattle building exploded.
Oh, no.
All right. I just saw a tweet this morning that said, I didn't know semen was flammable, and I didn't know what that was in reference to, and apparently it's this story.
So it was the semen itself that exploded?
Well, I'm not really sure about that, but emergency services were called to...
Oh, yeah.
Emergency services were called to...
I blew that chick apart.
We're called to Yarram Herd Services at about 3 a.m. where 100 cryogenic cylinders containing cattle semen exploded in the blaze.
I can't imagine there's anything flammable and
no, I think
it's probably the containers themselves or something with the wiring or whatever.
Well, maybe they're pressurized, but it took 10 fire crews more than 10 hours to contain the fire at the building, which is a cattle breeding service. Vice Committee Chairman Aaron Thompson said the loss would be, quote, a huge blow for farmers, with the cylinders being worth between $500 and $1,000 each. He said
the entire town next door got a facial.
He said, we're coming into the artificial insemination season, so...
are we? It's like fall activities.
There would have been substantial amounts of semen inside the tanks that we've lost, which was owned by our local farmers, and it can range in value from $5 per straw to $95 per straw.
Wow.
A lot of farmers would have semen stock in the building in those tanks preparing for AI, so... We've got that plus all of our herd testing equipment that was in there as well. He said, so this is significant damage and is going to have a flow-on effect on Yarram, especially after the drought that Yarram District has experienced over the last 12 months.
Bad news, folks. We have a semen drought.
Yeah. It's going to be a real blow for sure, he said. The not-for-profit organization provides artificial insemination breeding advice.
Put a call into Peter North.
Corn has launched its new coffee brand called Corn Coffee.
Corn Coffee.
Yes.
It's a great name.
Corn Coffee.
If you like the driven rock of corn, you'll love their coffee.
Corn personally curated the creation of Corn Coffee.
Yeah, that's good.
Let's see how many K sounds I can put in there. Corn personally curated the creation of Corn Coffee, a process that saw the band members tasting multiple variations for ultimately selecting the perfect roast and blend.
Yeah, that one.
Each bag of Corn Coffee will feature a special message from the band, which reads, after almost 25 years of touring, making records, and playing in front of all of our amazing fans,
we still drink coffee.
One thing has remained a constant in our daily routine.
Lattes!
I was not expecting that.
I know.
Lattes! No, it says coffee. The ritual, the brew, the aroma, and most importantly, that very first cup every morning that sets the tone is something that we look forward to every day.
Well, this is interesting. We're actually watching footage of them sampling the various brews.
Yeah. It says, because of our passion, we've gotten together with a roaster and handcrafted our very own blend, coffee. It's called Corn Coffee.
Next up, corn licorice.
Corn recently began recording its Corn's new album in Nashville, Tennessee, by the way. But now they have corn coffee.
That's part of waking up is corn coffee in your cup.
That's right. Yeah, cup. This is...
Cup.
This,
Always at the ready.
No, but yeah, couple.
we need to have Nick coffee or something like that.
But yeah.
Have a cup. Have a cup.
This is our new blend.
cup.
It's called Nanapuya.
From the hills of Nanapia.
Yeah. Brought down by mules every day at 2 o'clock after the afternoon rain. The beans are enriched with monkey urine.
If only we had a coffee sponsor to do this for us.
I know.
Yeah.
Right?
Nanapuya.
Well, that's good.
Have a cup.
Yeah, cup.
God.
Or no, the question would be, would you like some?
Yeah, cup.
No, not Nanapuya. Yeah, cup.
Come on. Yeah, cup.
That'd be ridiculous. Do you want a thermos or a cup?
Yeah, cup.
Okay.
But yeah.
Oh, one Nanapuya for table 7.
Okay.
What is that one?
That's you. That's Mini Wookie. That's Nick. So you ask, have you decided what you like, sir?
But yeah.
Nanapuya.
But yeah. I don't remember Mini Wookie.
All right. Anyhow, Corn has coffee.
Corn coffee.
It's almost an embarrassment that we live in this city and that we don't. You know, I think you're right, though, Preston. Stop and check it out, at least to some degree.
Why groups of people decided that it would be a good idea to memorialize this person in that form.
Also, don't hesitate now and then to throw a rope around on it and attach to your...
The driver didn't move. Mm-hmm. He said, so I thought that was strange. I let him know again, hey, you're free to go. You can leave if you want to. And we're standing here on the highway. I don't want you to get hit. He said, eventually the driver started walking. But behind his back, he flashed a signal to the deputies using his hands to simulate firing a gun. He said, that made the hair on the back of my neck stand up as well as my partner. We kind of looked at each other like, what's going on? So they called the driver back. He asked them to act like they were writing him a ticket and told them what was going on. He said, he's like, these guys in the car, they've been holding me hostage. There's guns in the car. I need help. Help me, please. Deputies went back, searched the car, found 2 guns hidden inside. The 3 passengers were arrested. Apparently, they had broke into the victim's home, stole money, and then demanded he drive them to Miami where they could access more of his money. They weren't expecting the victim to use bad driving to alert the police.
Smart thinking.
And apparently, White said his words were, dude, you're so clutch, you saved me. I intentionally drove sketchy so that you would stop me.
That's so fetch.
Yep, that's so fetch. The 3 suspects are currently in the county jail. So because he was driving erratically, it got the attention of the police. They pulled him over.
Was there a point at which he turned it and put his index finger to his nose to indicate that they got...
I don't know.
like in charades.
Yep. A Home Depot employee was impaled by a crowbar at a store in Roswell on Tuesday. Police said the victim, 54-year-old woman, was standing on a forklift in the store's receiving area when she was impaled by a crowbar that was sticking out of a cardboard compactor. When officers arrived, she was pinned with the crowbar through her rib cage and stuck in the cardboard compactor behind her. Firefighters cut the crowbar just enough to get her detangled from the compactor and transported her to the hospital with a part of the crowbar still impaling her.
Since they were in Roswell, I'm surprised an alien did not step in and heal her with their capabilities. You've seen in movies.
The victim had surgery late Tuesday night and is expected to recover. Police said the mother of 2 is stable. Could E.T. do that?
Did E.T. have powers of healing?
Did his finger heal?
Yeah. Yes.
I don't remember. It did, right?
Or did it?
On Halloween, he thought that...
I can do basic stuff. I can't do any cosmetic surgery. The crowbar, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Ouch. He thought the older brother had a knife through his head because he was wearing that costume with a...
the arrow, actually,
arrow.
right?
Yeah,
Was
whatever.
it an arrow
I think
or
it was a
knife?
knife, but
I don't
whatever.
remember. All right.
I didn't. I never saw it.
Yeah.
You lived it, Dottie.
So apparently, it's unclear how the accident happened, and she is
It's a whole lot of stupid from my.
she's stable at the hospital. By the way,
How do you get something through your ribs?
I know
Without hitting something
without hitting your liver
Yeah.
or a kidney or
I don't get
something. Yeah. All right, so this is a local story, so it's a little bit sensitive. But a man died after an oxygen generator caught on fire. This is in North Coventry Township in Chester County. It happened Friday. Firefighters were called to the home just before 8:15 a.m. for a person who was injured by fire from a medical oxygen generator. First responders attempt to perform CPR on the male victim. A release from the police said the man was attempting to light a cigarette while wearing a nasal cannula for oxygen, causing an oxygen-induced flame. You hear about this from time to time.
Yeah, sadly, you can't do that.
And it caused a big, nasty flame, and it ended up killing him. He was taken to Pottstown Hospital.
That's so
where he
sad.
died. Yeah, exactly. Just have to be super careful with that. A man was arrested this week by police on suspicion of peeping with a video camera during a graduation party. This has got a few levels of oh my God to it, okay? So officials said that they were dispatched to a residence because a GoPro video camera that was hidden in a cat litter box in the bathroom was discovered. Police said the owner of the residence was hosting the party for their 17-year-old student. When the camera was discovered, it had been recording for 30 minutes. No one at the home admitted to owning the camera. Upon investigation, though, after watching the GoPro video, police saw the suspect recorded himself placing the camera in the litter box. This is the dad of one of the students.
Horrible.
Charles G. Carell was arrested. Police said that he is the ex-husband of the party's host. Detectives obtained a search warrant for Carell's property. Detectives seized potential electronic devices that will have to be processed.
Where can I put this camera where it will be observed?
And further examined.
I'll put it in the kitty litter.
He was booked on peeping charges.
I don't want to get some upskirts here.
Taken to the county jail.
Imagine that's your dad.
Oh, my God.
Imagine that's your dad.
God, yes. All right, and then we'll do one more story, and then we will wrap it up. Several patrons were attacked by a gang of young adults or juveniles on bird scooters in downtown Abilene, Texas on Friday morning. So, yes.
Like the snowbird.
I think that's the company that makes these.
Okay.
So, a witness of the attack said that he was with a group of people leaving a bar just before 1 a.m. when they were approached by the bird scooter gang. The witness said that the bird scooter riders began harassing them, saying really inflammatory things, and even tried to throw a scooter at their group. The witness says that his group was finally all getting into vehicles to leave when a member of the bird scooter gang came up to one of them and
scooter gang
punched him. Then a female member of the patron group was attacked, prompting a large physical altercation between the patrons and the bird scooter gang. Video of moments leading up to the altercation shows the bird scooter gang, a group of at least 9 to 10 individuals harassing the patrons. A third party called police, but the bird scooter gang fled the area.
And then it was off to Sturgis.
Before officers arrived at the scene. So 2 members of the patron group did receive visible injuries and are seeking to press charges. Police are investigating this as an incident of assault. And Bird Scooter says that the operators have to be 18 years or older to use their motor vehicles. So these are these rental, I guess, electric scooters or whatever.
Yeah.
They're the Bird Scooters. And they're causing some havoc. All right, and there you go. That is what I have in the bizarre file for you. All right, we're going to break. We're going to come back in a moment. Don't forget, we're going to have head coach John Tortorella, the new head coach of the Flyers, on with us around 9 o'clock, so not too far from now. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us.
Reported this morning. They reported it as if, here we go again. Now, there was only one other incident, but
there's a lot of statues being pulled down for various reasons, where they had down south with the Confederate statues and things of that nature. And if they believe, there's it's kind of the thing. But this thing seemed like, what's that about?
Yeah. Hey, what did Rizzo do that was so great that he gets a statue?
He was just a really popular mayor. I mean, he was larger than life in a bunch of different ways in stature.
Yeah.
And so because of his tactics, he was well known. He left his mark, good and bad, and deserved a statue as a result.
Yeah.
You're a real crumb bum.
And he gave us
that. Honestly, I would give him a statue just for that.
The crumb bum?
I'll take you out back, bunches.
Yeah.
My arms tied behind my back.
Yeah.
I'll pound you into the pavement, I will.
That whole audio, you look like a lush to me. He's telling the reporter.
Would you care to talk to CBS? You look like a lush. I'll pound you into the pavement.
You want to relive that?
Yes, I do.
All right, Casey's finding the audio of Frank Rizzo when he was confronted. He wasn't happy about it. He was out walking his dog, and
Maybe the Viking was the Nordic Frank Rizzo.
They were confronting him about.
You look like a lush to me. What's your story? I hit you with my shield. I'll take you out back and hit you with my shield.
Yeah. What are you?
You're a crumb bum.
You can't find it, Case?
I don't know. Here, let's
Here
try
you go,
this one.
Crumb Bum.
Crumb Bum, see Frank Rizzo.
It says Rizzo.
See Crumb Bum.
This says call Stan Bowman. Here we go.
Yeah, that's it.
Hey, Rizzo. Stan Borman from Channel 3 News. Could we...
How are you?
Fine, sir. How are you?
Good.
Could we talk with you for just a moment?
No, I'm busy.
You couldn't answer any of our questions?
I wouldn't talk to you under any condition.
Why is that, sir?
Forget it. Scram. Get out of here.
Sir,
Ram. Hit the road.
Ram.
You lusha. Why?
Get away from me. I'm now a private citizen.
Yes,
you
sir.
get away from me.
We're allowed to be on the streets, sir.
I don't want to talk to you. Get away from me.
How do you feel about the security guards
Get
being
away
taken off
from
of you, sir?
Get away from me, or I'm going to throw you out in the middle of the street.
Gonna throw you right out there.
Sir, one more question.
I'm telling you, get away from me.
You were the symbol of law and order in Philadelphia, sir, for many years. People looked
Get
up to
away
you and
from
respected
me.
you.
Look, creep, get out of here.
How could you justify your actions at our cameras last Monday in
Creep,
front of your
get
house?
out. You're a creep.
We're a member of the media. We'd like
You're
to have an answer to our
You're
question.
a creep.
Why did you attack our cameras, sir?
Get it all. Don't miss any of it. You're a creep. Get away from me.
Would you answer the question?
Dude, he had great pipes.
He really
Listen
did.
to his voice. Get away from me. He could do movie trailers.
This weekend at the Community Cinema Pucks.
You're a creep. Get away from me.
Would you answer the question?
You know, you hide behind that press card.
I'm not hiding behind anything, sir. I just wanted to get some answers.
I'll tell you what to do. There's a gang of yous here. There's enough of you here. By myself, I'll take yous physically.
Well, I'm not asking you to take me physically.
Well, get away from me.
Well, sir, I'm on the public street. I should be authorized to be here.
I'll break it off.
I'll break it off.
I'll break it
Physically and mentally.
Yeah.
I'll get inside your brain.
This is after he was mayor.
Yeah.
You know, you think he'd be happy in retirement. but-
Nah, he didn't care.
Big dude, though.
Yeah.
You see him next to the reporter. He's a big dude.
Yep.
Hey, get away from me.
I think the
He's a
statue.
cop.
He has a
He's a cop,
statue's
right?
1-to-1 scale.
Yeah.
I'll break it over your head.
I'll break it over your head. Hang on. Let's go back.
I'll break it off your head. I'll break it over your head. Get away from me, you crumb. That's a challenge, except I'll put my dog away and I'll come back. And you got 1, 2, 3, and I'll do
1,
it
2,
along
3.
Yeah.
Follow me.
Yeah.
Let me just put Fifi back in the house. Come on, Fifi, heel.
It is kind of a little dog, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
with 3.
No?
No.
I can't see the dog. Oh,
No,
no,
it's a
I was
big
wrong.
dog.
I was
Yeah.
incorrect. I thought he had a little poodle with him.
Daddy loves you.
Yeah.
Daddy
me
loves
kisses.
you. Give me love monster kisses.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna come back and kill yous all. Beat you to death with a tire iron and then dance in your blood. Who wants you to do? Who wants you to do? Gonna put you in the house now. All right, don't be scared. Daddy has to go kill the bad men. I'm coming to kill you now. Calm down. Did you lose your chew toy? Did you lose your chew toy? It's under the sofa. Yeah. Wait right here. Daddy needs to go kill the reporters. Yes, I know.
Talking.
Yeah. Get up in the living room window. You want to see Daddy kill the bad men?
Yeah, that's right. Sets him up where he's got a nice view of the street.
I'm doing this for you.
Yeah.
2, 3, and I'll do it along with you. In that back of that fence, just the 3 of us, 4 of us, me and you.
4 or 5. I tell you what, call some of the family members. Bring them out here too.
Show you what kind of a man you are. You're less than a man.
You're a less man.
Okay, you're a crumb creep.
A crumb creep.
You're a moon creep pie creep crumb. You're creep brulee. That's what you are.
Creep brulee. Yeah.
As if someone's taken one of them little torches and fried the top of your head into like a caramelized sugary thing. You are creep brulee. You know what you like? You like one of them fancy desserts with the thin shell on top, but underneath you just pudding. Just
pansy pudding, creep crumb, pansy crumb, creep creme, crumb, brulee, creep creme. With sugar on top.
At this point, they've just shut up.
They just let them know.
Because they are like, we are getting gold right now. Just let this roll.
Put that on camera. You're a crumb bum, the three of you, and I challenge you.
He wouldn't talk earlier. I'm not talking to you, right? I'm not talking to you. And now, Stan Bowman hasn't said anything for like 5 minutes.
He actually fell asleep. What are you, Stan? Are you asleep?
Wake up.
I'm sorry, I had a long night. Where did your dog go? I put him inside, didn't you see? There he is, and they're looking in the window there.
Just me.
There is a
You're
woman
a
here.
crumb creep coward. You can't take. You won't stand up to him.
I'm standing up. We're not here to fight. We're here to get some answers to some questions. That's all.
I want to fight you.
Why is that?
Because you're a crumb creep lush coward.
You don't.
Crumb creep.
He keeps adding on.
Lush coward.
It started with one, then two,
And
now
you're a Methodist.
now he's up to
What?
he's up to 4.
I don't know. I'm running out of desserts and various disgusting things.
Are you keeping a list? Do you know, like, okay, you're a crumb, you're a creep.
Wait a second here.
You're yellow.
I keep a list for things like this. You are a jackass crumb, creme, creep, cram, crumb. Oh, that's the wrong list. That's the potential dog names.
Thinking about getting another one, huh?
It was in
Wait,
Chestnut Hill.
wait, hold on a second. Honey, where's my reported bad name list? It's in the closet. No, I looked in there. I was looking for the dog's chew toy. I'll get back to you. What's your number? Give me a number.
By the way, Marissa.
I remembered it.
By the way,
He gets a
Marissa,
call late at night.
no, he calls him back later on.
Better call this guy up. Yeah. You're a yellow crumb snake.
Have a lovely
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Have a lovely evening.
For that creep.
Oh, you creme crumb creep cram. You're an apple crumb creep cake. A la moron. Yeah, all right, that wasn't that good.
Scratch that one off.
Good.
Yeah, that's.
I think when I try to do French desserts, it doesn't work out. I'll stick with the German stuff.
Oh my God.
I'm glad we revisited this.
Oh my God, I'm getting tears on my glasses here. Reality stars Todd and Julie Chrisley.
Oh my God!
Is it Chrisley knows best?
Yeah, Chrisley knows best. It's horrible.
Yeah.
It was one weekend where there was something I was watching a marathon of on the USA Network, and every other commercial was for Chrisley Knows Best.
Oh God!
She's a piece of ass, though, I think.
She is, but he's got to be gay.
Yeah, I don't know who wears more makeup.
He does.
Yeah.
Well, they have.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but come on.
They have been cleared of $2 million in tax evasion charges, according to ET.
Well, there you go.
The pair who.
You've been cleared.
Why are you here? I thought you were a botanist.
Yes, but I minored in accounting.
So he.
On my home world of ET world.
It's easy to count on those big fingers you have.
Absolutely.
And numbers are universal, so.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The pair who pleaded not guilty were accused of cheating on their taxes by Georgia's Department of Revenue.
Hey, come over here. You're gay, right?
Todd said Julie.
Because everything about you is highlights and the hair and I don't know, and nothing wrong with that, but yeah, you're gay.
So Todd said Julie and I knew all along that we had done nothing wrong and that when the facts came out, we would be fine.
Well, there you go. Now, the other question is, Preston, about this video, this sex video that they were supposedly extorting their own daughter with. You know this story, right?
No.
I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah. There's like a porn video. And
Is it her in?
That's, now, this is a whole morass of crap, but they're still trying to hash it out.
It was her and E.T., but it was just finger stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to finger blast you like you've never been blasted.
Oh, my God.
Light you up
You're
like
going to feel it down there and up in your mouth, too.
Like a jack-o'-lantern.
I'm going to turn you into a Chinese puzzle.
Oh, my God. Does he
I'm going
not
to blow your goddamn head off.
Does he not look like the villain in Lazy Town?
He does.
Yeah, Robbie Rotten.
Yeah.
A little bit. Yes, you're right.
You look like the villain in Lazy Town.
All right. He also said, this is Todd, not
Anyway,
E.T.
whatever happened to the girl in that show?
We're just glad that the Department of Revenue was willing to keep an open mind and look at the evidence.
Well, of course. He presented a good case.
Ironclad.
Mm-hmm.
There he is, Preston. There's a
yeah,
a little bit.
Robbie
around
Rotten.
the teeth.
Looks a little bit like him. All right, Aaron Paul tells E.T.
Oh,
Jesus.
You were in Breaking Bad.
Thank you, Kathy. A little later on, we're going to get head coach John Tortorella of the Flyers, new head coach. We're going to chat with him in just a few minutes. But in the meantime, time to talk about some other things. I caught this article over the weekend, and it's a phenomenon that I think we've all had experience with. I had a couple of weeks ago the scenario where I woke up like, I don't know, hour and a half before my alarm was going to go off.
Yeah.
And just could not get back to sleep. And but it can be even worse when you wake up like maybe 15 minutes before your alarm is going off, or 10 minutes, where it's like you have to do that dance of, okay, do I try to go back to, or is this, what's the point? Don't I just go ahead and get up now?
That's what I do.
It's so unsatisfying.
Because the truth of the matter is that, so I have, 2 alarms set to go. I almost always, 95% of the time, beat the alarms up, by 2 or 3 minutes, but you get that 10-minute, Preston. You get that 11 minutes, and you're like, what the F do I do now?
Right.
It's like, just get up. Because I find it, all the bull crap of what do I do sitting in bed, it's a waste. Get up and expend that energy getting ready and just get on with your day. But I mean, it always has to sit right in that sweet spot, right in that horrible sweet spot.
According to the National Institute of Health, studies across the globe show anywhere from 10 to 30% of the population struggles with insomnia.
Well, that I don't have.
Defined as consistently difficulty falling asleep and the inability to return to sleep after going to bed.
Well, if you get up at, I get up at 3:35. If I wake up at 2 o'clock, I'm not going to have any trouble getting back to sleep. But if I wake up again, you're looking at the alarm clock, and you just have minutes. That's where it becomes a pain in the ass.
I have had the few weeks ago where I get up at 3:50 and I woke up at 2, and then I lay back down. I'm like, okay, go back to sleep.
Yeah.
Wait, I can't go back to sleep.
Oh man,
I can't go back to sleep. Lay there for like 40 minutes. It's like, okay, screw it. I'm getting up.
There's the other thing where, and I've had it happen, it's sort of tangential to this, which is the absolutely not having any idea what, I thought, for some reason in my mind, I thought 1 was 3 o'clock and, invert. And I came in hours early. I told you, you guys, that one morning. But so do they recommend anything if you're going to have that, 10 to 15 minute pre-wake up?
And by the way, there's I was not familiar with this. It goes into a little bit more of insomnia. It says they can have a combination of nocturnal awakenings and what's categorized as early morning awakenings.
Used to have those a lot,
But I mean, as opposed to just the study finds that some people may experience early awakenings without other insomnia symptoms, such as difficulty initiating sleep. So some people can't get to sleep, but nocturnal awakenings and non-restorative sleep, meaning sleep that is substantial even with the recommended hours. But obviously that isn't substantial. I'm sorry.
And we sing the praises, the truth. With the Sleep Number bed, I get a full night's sleep. Doesn't mean, though, you won't wake up a few minutes early. And when you do, that is an annoying thing I'd like to find out how to deal with.
I have all of these things. Everything you described, I got bad insomnia. I have trouble falling asleep. I have trouble staying asleep. And then the waking up before the alarm, that happens to me too. So I can't remember the last time I got a good night's sleep.
All right, so the constant waking up before that daily sound of your alarm is coupled with an immense frustration about not falling back to sleep. And that stress can feel isolating and all-consuming, taking more precedence than the initial sleep problem. So you just worrying about
that's it.
And that anxiety
not
creeps
falling
in.
back to sleep. And then it's this cycle.
Yeah. Oh, I can't fall back asleep. Why can't I fall back asleep? Oh, I really can't fall back asleep. And then all of that, and then your brain just starts going and going and going.
Now, if I fall asleep now, how many minutes will I actually sleep for?
That's it. You start doing the damn math, and your brain's working numbers, and you're like, what the hell?
So if you wake up suddenly in what feels like the early morning hours, resist checking the clock. You guys know my little method. I turn the clock around so I can't see it. Finding out it's 3 a.m. when you set the alarm for 7 can cause increased stress about the hours of sleep that you hope to attain. It says you look at the clock, it's 3 o'clock in the morning, like clockwork, and immediately tension might grit your teeth. You think of all the demands, how awful it is to be when you're sleep deprived, and all this mental processing and agitation is antithetical to the sleep state. It's making you more alert and aroused.
Oh, yeah. Massive boner.
Versus sending the signal to the brain that it's okay to drift.
Oh, yeah.
If your alarm is on the phone, checking the clock can pose an even more significant trigger.
He's got a boner.
That's one of my favorite clips. I love it. Play it again.
Okay.
Look, he's got a boner.
Considering getting an alarm that isn't attached to your phone, they say. So when you actually pick up the phone and start looking at it, that can cause you to stay a little bit at work. Now, this is what I did not know, okay?
I did not know that.
And, Steve, this is not the waking up 15 minutes before. This is waking up like a couple hours ahead of time.
Oh, all right.
So, paradoxically, experts say you should get out of bed, even at 3 a.m. I had always heard stay in bed.
What?
Just keep staying there. It says abandon the idea of getting back to sleep. When you do that, when you let the pressure go that sleep isn't so effortful, sleep is more likely to come back.
I'll be fine in surgery later on.
In a stimulus control technique, you can distract your brain with a mundane task to help bring back drowsiness faster than staying frustrated in bed.
Like tap dancing?
Is that mundane?
Yeah.
That's kind of dynamic and exciting, though,
I
isn't
guess
it?
you're right.
Yeah.
So what is a mundane task?
That's a good question. They don't recommend anything in this
Paint your bathroom
list. So get up and clean out the garage. It says as soon as that little voice comes on, change the environment. Get out of bed. Try to reset your brain and keep the lights low. Mentally assigning the bed with sleeping helps people associate positive sleep thoughts with their space. Leaving the room when agitation sets in can separate the frustration from the bed.
So what you're looking to do is extract those connections, then that makes sense.
All right, here you go, Nick. Anything from reading a book to knitting.
Okay.
Or listening to soft music.
So knit at 3 a.m.
Are Santeria rituals, would they fall into this category?
Sacrificing a chicken at 3 o'clock in the morning might not be a good idea.
I try to read sometimes. That seems to having a book at the, on the bedstand or whatever, that might help.
Would it help more if you were to actually leave the bed, go into another room and read like in a chair?
Yeah, maybe.
Probably.
Right? And that's what they're suggesting here, right? You disassociate that deal.
I think part of the problem for us is just inherently the time at which we have to get up in the morning. Like it's just too damn early. And because it's that early, I know that in the back of my mind. And so I put pressure on myself to get a good night's sleep. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that just, that makes it worse.
The Kathy Romano story, chapter 1.
All right.
Could you imagine if that was the book he was reading? You'd never sleep.
I like the idea of getting up and knitting in the middle of the night,
At
Nick.
3.
So you could, you're done.
Knitting, 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 knitting.
He doesn't sound relaxed.
That'll put you to sleep.
I have an alarm clock that actually projects the time on the ceiling. So, and I actually like that. When I wake up and I'm not sure what time it is, I'm just as many times I'm comforted by the fact that I have 2 hours, an hour and a half left to sleep. That it doesn't bother me that much.
Many people are texting in saying that pleasuring themselves helps them get back to sleep.
What about a stranger?
Pleasuring a stranger or a stranger pleasuring you?
You walk around on. Would you like a handy?
I'm sorry, I'm having trouble sleeping.
I noticed you were walking your Shih Tzu. Can I give you a hand job?
That's kind of a mundane task, right?
It's pretty boring for the giver, right?
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to bed now.
Woof! I'm pooped.
Progressive muscle relaxation may work.
Okay, so like morphine.
No, not muscle relaxers.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Muscle relaxation. So start at the toes, clench the given muscles for 3 seconds, and release. And then Kathy, breathe through this process. The 4-7-8 breathing
there it is.
exercise.
You guys have raved about this.
Coupled with
did it
muscle
last night.
relaxation can be successful. Kathy, I did it not that long ago.
Please explain it again.
You want to do it or me?
We could do
Why
it.
don't you do it together in
explain it
harmony?
and I'll do the breathing? No.
Okay, so what you do is you breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds. You hold your breath for 7 seconds, and then you let that air out for 8 seconds, and then you repeat the process. And I think I do it like 5 times.
Yeah, I do it like 4 or 5 times.
And you're usually good after that.
And it's not like it knocks you out immediately. Like I remember every time I'm like,
I'm not sleeping.
This is dumb. It didn't work. And then the next thing you know, you're waking up.
And then you wake up and you're like, oh my God, that thing worked.
It worked. It actually does work. So it slows your heart rate down, and it helps you get into that
Kind of just
zone.
helps you relax.
Yep. And I would imagine you could.
Excuse me.
Why?
So, yes, you breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds, hold for 7.
Okay.
Breathe out through 8, and it works great, man.
It has a regulating effect, and you think you're more inclined to fall asleep after that.
Now, it also says others may find that yoga may help.
Or cottage cheese.
Like getting up and doing yoga.
Oh,
right
at
then
3
and there.
a.m. Honey, what are you doing?
I'm doing sleeping dog.
Yoga.
Meditation or reading can help when you wake up before the alarm. But
I don't
no,
think any of that would help me.
really.
I would be exhausted.
I
like the
you're supposed to be.
But so are they saying to stay awake?
No. I mean, well,
To
yeah,
do
get
this
up
to
and
fall
do
back to
this,
sleep.
and then you can go back to sleep easier.
Yeah, no.
So these are obviously hours, as you said earlier. These aren't just minutes. I can see
Yeah.
where that. So for me, if it has happened, like that's why I've just come into work, Preston. On those certain times, I'll just get ready and
Yeah.
And,
What
you
am I
have
doing?
as well. You did just recently.
Yep.
You
What
just
am I
come in.
doing? I may as well just go in, you know.
Next time, do yoga and try to go back to sleep.
Let me get some calls.
Go sleep driving.
I have a psychologist, Jenny, who's on the line. Hey, Jenny, good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, what's up, Jenny?
I'm a psychologist, and I actually work in a primary care office, and so much of what I help people with is sleep challenges and anxiety stuff. So these things you guys are talking about are right on point. The 4-7-8 breathing for sure, and the idea of getting up out of bed either when you can't fall asleep initially, or if it is that middle of the night, like they said, we call it the 20-20 rule. So if you lay in bed for more than 20 minutes and you're still tossing and turning, your mind is still racing and you're awake, the best thing to do is get up and do something quiet and boring for another 20 or 30 minutes, and then try again.
So don't try to force it. So years and years ago, and I say it in the commercials because it's true with the sleep number, and everything. It's been much better. My sleep has been very consistent over the years. But the prior to that, occasionally I'd be like Nick. I have difficulty getting to sleep, and so the notion of trying to force sleep while you're in bed is a losing proposition. Correct?
Exactly, right. It just gets yourself more worked up, and then you start to associate your bed with this is where I lay down and I'm stressed, rather than this is where I lay down and I sleep.
All right, I have a question for that. For that, if you get up for you lay in bed 20 minutes, you toss and turn and get back to sleep. You need to get up for 20 minutes. I would assume you don't want to get on a screen, your phone or your laptop.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly right. We say no screens, don't scroll your phone, don't turn on the TV. My go-to is just do something lame, like read the refrigerator manual, like something just totally, non-stimulating, and like they said, keeping it dark and quiet. So
nothing that actually engages you.
Right, because you don't want your brain to wake up more.
Okay.
So you could read a book, that you're not too, if you're not the kind of person that'll get sucked in and have to finish the whole thing.
The Kathy Romano story.
So then, Jenny, and this is a legitimate question. I assume then that pleasuring yourself maybe not a good idea.
Well, for some people, it does. It gives you that relief, and you get exhausted, and you can fall asleep afterwards.
Okay, so it's not off the table, right?
Right.
Okay,
right.
thank God. No. So I to me, I guess the presumption that you're doing something that would bore you, or at least
right.
Could you? So anything with a screen though is going to be like if you were to put on a documentary on drywall and watch that.
I mean, maybe, but we always talk about the blue light.
Okay.
Telling your brain it's time to wake up, any light. So that's why you do want to keep the lights dim and
Jenny,
everything like that.
What about this? And I thought this article would touch on this, but it really didn't. But what about you wake up 15 minutes before your alarm goes off?
Yeah, that's a tough one. Normally, I would say just get up because it's better to go with your body's natural cycle rather than start falling back asleep for another 10 minutes and then you're more groggy, those 15 minutes later.
So, Jenny, my internal clock wakes me up just about a minute, 2 minutes ahead of my actual alarm. which is actually a nice thing. I can shut it off before it startles me, and that's good.
Yeah, that's great.
So okay, so that's a desirable thing.
You
Okay.
trained your body when to get up.
All right, excellent. All right, cool.
All right. Excellent. Well, thank you, Jenny.
Thank you guys for sharing these good tips.
Bye-bye,
Jenny.
Bye-bye, Jenny. Hang on. Let me go to Patrick. Hi, Patrick. Good morning.
Hi, Gadzooks.
Gadzooks. What's up, buddy?
Hey, so I actually have this condition called sleep paralysis.
Okay.
And it's basically when your brain is awake, but your body is still in that REM sleep cycle. So your body's pretty much locked up.
Okay.
And sometimes I will actually, I'll wake up in sleep paralysis when my alarm's going off, and I can't turn it off at all.
Wow. You're actually sort of paralyzed?
Yeah, I can't move at all. I can move my eyes around and everything else, but I just can't move my body.
That's got to be terrifying.
Do you know what's happening?
Yeah. I know exactly when it's happening.
Oh, he fell asleep.
Oh,
Jesus.
Hey, Patrick, have you ever had someone speaking to you, and then later on you can tell them what they were saying?
Yeah, my girlfriend actually. Sometimes she talks in her sleep, and I can hear every word, and I just can't move my body.
Wow,
yeah, Patrick, it has to be kind of a wild picture to see you there locked up with your eyes open, her asleep, talking away. It's got to be a weird dynamic. Yeah.
All right. So,
Yeah.
what are the dangers that come with sleep paralysis?
I don't think there's really any dangers.
Okay.
Since your body is still in the REM sleep cycle, you can have hallucinations. I've seen a few, like shadows on the wall or whatever, but it doesn't really bother me that much. I'm kind of used to it now.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. And how long have you been suffering from this?
Since I was a kid.
No kidding.
It's interesting. You wonder with things like this when people talk about seeing, like,
thanks, Patrick.
With apparitions or whatever. I wonder, how much of that is born of conditions like this.
Yeah, good question. I'm going to go to Gene, who has insomnia. Hey, Gene. Good morning.
You're a crumb creep.
You're a lush. Yeah.
I'll take you out back and make you go to sleep.
What's happening, Gene?
You're a creep.
Depression every night. I wake up sometime between 2 and 4. I don't have to get out of bed until 5:30.
Oh.
So do you go back to sleep, Gene, or are you able to?
Generally not.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll just lay there. I never got out of bed and did anything like the psychologist
Try that.
suggested.
Are you willing to?
I will.
Yeah. See, I mean, I'd never crossed my mind. I always thought that the idea was to stay where you are and just try to settle back in.
Work through it.
Yeah.
The worst thing I did, the doctor prescribed me something called Ambien.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, that is a nasty, nasty pill.
Maybe you could try counting sheep.
1, 2, 3.
There it is.
There you go.
It didn't work, Steve.
That was
but give this thing a shot. But Ambien was that was nasty for you.
Every day after, I would rather not sleep than have a day after taking one of those. It's like you have a really bad hangover the entire day. Just the side effects really outweighed the benefit.
Yeah, people with chronic insomnia who have to deal with that issue. To me, to know usually the joy of being able to go up and get into bed and you're going to relax down and rest. That's the absolute opposite for someone who has insomnia.
Yep. All right. Thanks, Gene. We appreciate the call.
You're
Good luck with everything.
Creep, lush coward.
That's your sleep therapist.
Yeah. So anyhow, obviously there's some things you can do, but getting up and moving around is one that you wouldn't consider.
Right.
The right thing to do. The breathing technique as
Square
well
dancing.
as well. Maybe a quick square dance. A little Alaman left, maybe. So anyhow, take those for what you will if you've been having problems. We do need to take a break and come back in a second because we have a guest. We're going to meet the new head coach of the Flyers.
Yeah.
And we had an interesting conversation with Bill Clement about him last week. So we'll see if he lives up to that reputation. John Tortorella will be with us when we get back. Stay with us.
Preston and Steve.
All 93.3 WMMR.
Ever wondered where to get the latest MMR gear? Maybe you should pay attention to these.
Really, truly such a family, and it felt like a crazy sort of messed up family reunion, just telling the same old messed up story.
I had a family on Earth with Elliot and his brother and sister.
Miley Cyrus is asking her followers to send good vibes amid her recent hospitalization.
God almighty, that's the least we can do.
Yeah, I know. On Tuesday,
I was vibing last night. I don't know if she received them.
Well, she has tonsillitis, so thoughts and prayers, folks. On Tuesday, the singer revealed on her Instagram stories that she had been admitted to a local hospital just one day after sharing on the social media platform she was suffering from tonsillitis. In the series of pics that featured Miley in her hospital gown, she explained how she was trying to get better before this weekend's Gorilla Palooza.
What the hell?
It's an entire concert series performed by gorillas.
No, it's a charity event hosted by Ellen DeGeneres' The Ellen Fund.
For her gorilla sanctuary.
That is correct, yeah. Well, to raise global conservation efforts.
Right.
She had written, hoping the rock star gods send me a boost of badass and help me kick this S to the curb where it belongs. We got gorillas to save.
I love the way she talks.
She captioned a somber hospital bed selfie that showed an IV in her arm.
I don't feel so good.
You don't feel so good?
I don't feel so good.
Okay.
I hope my voice, everyone sends some good vibes because I want to be able to perform for Gorilla Palooza.
Oh, gross.
Shut up, Cat.
Yeah, right?
From there,
Hi, everyone. I'm in the hospital because I have tonsillitis and I want my voice to get better for Gorilla Palooza.
you have tonsillitis and you want your voice to get better
Gorilla Palooza.
because you're afraid you'll lose it.
Yeah.
Something like that.
For gorillas.
From there, Miley changed tones and began to get more optimistic about her current situation, opening up about how looking good, about how looking good can make a person feel good.
Yeah, she's right.
Practicing what she preached, the singer showed off her oversized hospital gown that she cheekily redesigned to be more form-fitting, low-cut, and sleeveless.
Look, a gorilla could wear this.
A gorilla could wear that. No, she took the scissors out and she cut up her gown and made it into something a little more
fancy.
Miley-ish.
Wow.
Unbelievably enchanting.
Yeah, it's just a beacon of light.
Just a beacon of light and
dark
hope.
world.
And gorilla saving.
Yeah.
She wrote, how you present yourself can determine how you feel. And she captioned a mirror selfie in the hospital room that featured her mother, Tish, standing behind her and doing her hair. And she said, thank you, Mama, for helping this little sickie look a little bit better by brushing my God.
So gross.
So gurgly.
It's not getting better.
Mama, please, can we go help the gorillas?
She also wrote, redesign my hospital gown.
Maybe she needs to just rest.
The final post saw Miley
Get in the bed!
being showered, and this is her in bed, showered with love by her friends as she laid in her hospital bed covered with rose petals next to a giant bouquet of bright yellow sunflowers and a large I love you balloon. And she wrote, I love my main gaze.
Well, her boyfriend came to visit overnight, Preston. The stories have been updated.
Wait, who's her boyfriend?
I don't know. He's a mystery man. To me.
Mystery man.
But
And he's
played-
playing guitar for her.
played acoustic for her, and she's chilling. She's in bed, Steve. So she's resting up.
All right, looks like Danny Glover.
Yeah, it's not Danny Glover. It's a white guy with a beanie on.
That's my bitch.
No.
So she's healing up as we speak.
Well, listen, she's trying to heal for a good cause.
But what a
We
voice.
all support gorillas.
A nervous sex shop customer with a marked resemblance to Elvis Presley is the subject of a manhunt in New Zealand.
Like a double-headed dildo, man.
Police want to speak to the Elvis lookalike in connection with the theft of an imitation vagina from Peaches and Cream Adult Megastore in suburban Auckland.
This one looks just like Scylla.
Staff member Kat Mayer described the man as having black, slick-backed hair and wearing large sunglasses, and in a not very Elvis touch, an orange high-visibility vest.
Look at that vagina, man. That thing's huge.
He had attempted to buy the sex toy, but when his credit card was declined, he said that he was going to go out and get another card. Instead, he snatched the vagina.
Snatched his vagina.
And ran out of the shop. She said
It's called dine and gash.
She said...
That's good.
Thank you, man. That's why I'm the king.
She said it's really frustrating when this sort of thing happens. So rude, and it ruins your day. She said the man tried to distract her. She said he was very energetic and erratic, going around the shop.
I got so much energy, man.
Talking a lot. He brought a sex toy called Like a Virgin up to the counter, but his card was declined.
I ain't nothing but a hound doggy style.
He was really vivacious. She said, I'm not here to judge anyone, but he comes in really vivacious, and he blindsided me. I mean, I look like an idiot, but it happened so quick, and before I know it, he's running off down the street.
Don't beat yourself up. If a guy who's an energetic Elvis comes into your sex shop, you're going to be thrown off.
Local police confirmed that they had received a report of theft at the store, so they are looking for Elvis with a fake vagina. How about one of our favorites, Lindsay Lohan? She seems to be vying for Liam Hemsworth's attention after following his split from Miley Cyrus.
This he played Thor, baby.
No, that was the other.
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, this is Liam.
There's two of them?
Yeah.
God damn it.
Liam was in the
Hunger Games.
The Hunger Games. Thank
I
you,
got
Dave.
the wrong one.
Liam appears to be the only single remaining in a quick, fast Hollywood recoupling. Miley has moved on with Caitlyn Carter, who just split from Brody Jenner, who is now with Josie Canseco.
Oh, my God. You know, if he really wants to throw it back in her face, Liam should get with Caitlyn Jenner.
That would be.
What's your name, hot stuff?
That would be.
Are you Thor? Hunger Games.
That would be wonderful. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm hungry.
Hungry for some games.
Lindsay,
Let's play hide the pickle.
So here's what happened. Lindsay hit on Liam in the comments section of an E! News repost of a selfie of Liam and Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, my
OMG.
God. You need a forensic scientist to backtrack this.
Who watches this stuff?
By the way, Lindsay, there was... it's all gone south. The smoking, the hard living. She ruined everything.
So the E! News account captioned the selfie, "It's an age-old debate, Chris or Liam Hemsworth." And then Lindsay responded in the comments, "Why didn't we meet in Sydney or Bondi?" That's it, folks.
Okay.
That's the flirt. That's the
it.
big flirt.
There it is, man.
All right.
I got sense and time off.
Liam and Chris.
You can make me a Vegemite sandwich. Because you come from land down under. Women thunder, men plunder.
And Liam and Chris have been hanging in Australia since the split.
Let's hang. Let's pet some dingoes.
So what?
Pet some dingoes.
Oh, pet some dingoes.
What you thought you heard?
I didn't know what that was.
It's Australian.
I heard pants and dingoes.
Pants and dingoes.
It's a great. It's an Aboriginal vaudeville team. I'm pants and I'm dingoes.
Yeah. Break out the didgeridoo. It's time for pants and dingoes.
I'm sorry, I didgeridoo.
Yep.
Waka waka waka.
That's the punchline.
Those are the jokes. And then instead of like a slide whistle, that's what they play. The Aborigines like, yeah, it's good.
Do you remember the squirtable butter used to come in a thing?
Yeah, butter spray.
Is that what?
I
no,
can't
not
believe it's
spray,
not
not
butter.
spray.
There's an actual like liquid, almost
Really?
like
liquidy
the way you
butter.
dispense mustard.
It was
I don't
more
remember
back in the 80s probably, and if you had a waffle, you could go blink, 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 blink in each little.
Okay.
I had a waffle.
Each little
I eat it
crevice.
in the morning. Yeah, there we go.
You
Parkway.
need butter in every little square?
You do.
If you're
you're a man.
If you're a man. No.
Okay.
No, I obsess about little things like that.
Okay.
It's just like weird.
So your answer is yes, you do.
Yeah, I have a butter memory with Preston that is probably 19 years old. Do you know what it is?
memories.
Butter memory.
Preston, do you remember the butter memory?
That's probably 19 years old.
19 years old.
Butter memories.
You would have to butter memories. You would have to give me a hint.
Me, you, Steve, and Marilyn.
Wow.
that wraps it up.
Butterfest,
did a
1998.
show for 3 years together.
Media Court Diner.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
You know the butter memory?
Yeah.
Oh, well, do tell.
So we're sitting there, and it's after we had done a show, and we're having lunch, and there was
We're all just getting to know each other, by the way.
yeah, we're all getting to know each other, and so they had a little ramekin full of butter, which is a small dish. And so I guess it was a ball of butter or something like that. And we're just talking, and I just reach out and grab it and just squish it with my hand, just to be outrageous.
Provocative.
I'm like, ooh, butter.
Yeah.
And I did that, and he died laughing.
I was
So.
like, what? I wish I would have done that.
Love at first sight.
That looked fun.
Butter memories.
But if I owned a diner and
I dine in the morning.
and I was serving waffles, there would be a special little spray that I would put melted butter in so that you could go.
You would keep it like you could even have it as you could have the way you have a mug warmer where your butter could be on it and with the pump so that you could dispense that
Now
way.
it would need to be more like misty,
Like a fire hose?
No, like a spray
bottle.
Like a spray bottle, like you would spray your indoor plants.
Like a spritz.
I disagree. I think that the butter, like the spray butter, you're lessening the quality of the butter product. And if you're going to have like actual butter, you're going to need to have like a vat of melted butter. This is your diner, so I'm not trying to tell you how to run your business.
You open your own diner next door and do regular, normal, boring pats of butter.
I kind of want to work with you, like almost like as if I was your therapist, and to make you okay with not having butter in every square. Like it's all right.
No, I know.
It's still going to taste good. You're going to get enough butter.
Believe me, I've
Touchstone Pictures. He had to have butter in every square until a concerned therapist came into his life. My name is Romano. I think I can help you.
Then we need some good music, like
Yes,
Peter
inspiring,
Gabriel,
Salisbury Hill.
Salisbury Hill, yeah. See if you can pull that up. So the serious part when he realizes he has a problem.
Oh, no, I can't even get it together anymore. Every time I go into the diner, I start trembling like crazy. I think I know someone you can talk to. And then she came into his life. My name's Romano, and today's the day we start making changes. From Touchstone Pictures, the story of a boy who learned now how to not have butter in every square of his waffle. Butter squareless waffle boy.
Butter squareless waffle boy.
Or something to that effect.
It's butter therapist.
I feel like I already went through this with Jace. Like at breakfast time. It's okay, honey.
Unbutterable.
Is that the name of the movie?
Yeah.
I'm doing it! I'm doing it!
Take away the last of our passes for the Cream of the Scream, stop number 2, Base Motel Haunted Hayride tonight at 6 o'clock.
Such a good time.
It's going to be a beautiful night tonight.
Yes,
by the way.
absolutely.
Just cloudy skies, a little bit cool, perfect for getting your ass
funk on
destroyed by being scared. Why did I just say get your ass destroyed?
What the hell are they doing down there?
It's terrifying.
There's half of Base Motel will rip your butthole to shreds. You'll be crapping blood for a month.
3 callers right now.
Look at that. It's my sphincter.
What happened? 263 WMMR. Oh my God. We'll be back in a moment.
Preston and Steve.
On 93.3 WMMR.
You know him from movies and streaming shows, and of course, one of the best podcasts in the world. And we're happy he's back in town. Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Maron is here. Hey, Mark.
Am I on? Is it on?
It is on.
And comedy. They know me from comedy.
They do.
All
That's
right.
why you're at the Miriam tonight, man. We were checking our records, and I think the last time you came by for a visit was in our studio in 2012.
I know. Look at us all turning old. Look at a bunch of old men now.
That's why you got to shave your head.
I do? Is it time?
What happens is it at least removes that visual cue, you know, so.
Then you're just the ageless bald man.
Exactly.
How old is that Buddha?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, you look good, Buddha.
Yeah.
But
I don't know when it happened to me though. Like I'm just starting to notice it now. For years,
you
I was
look
like,
good though. No, you look good. I'm going to say I'm going to put you in the age-defying category, and I think because you have an iconic mustache.
Oh, is that what's happening?
I think that's it. Yeah.
I finally have an iconic mustache.
Yes, I think because you can be drawn with your facial hair. You're in one of the rare class of people, celebrities, who can be defined by their facial hair. Just in a sketch.
I used to do the sort of a soul patch zapper thing. Now I got some. Now I got a full beard going. But I think I just noticed it a couple weeks ago. I think I slept one might have been last Wednesday. I woke up old. Like I feel like everybody hits that moment where you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, it happened. I don't know when it happened.
Do you know what it is? It's like sometimes. Why does that jiggle now?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it is.
Are you jumping up and down in front of the mirror? Look at me. It's all going.
Flyers head coach.
Yeah.
Last week we had a chance to talk to our friend Bill Clement. He's being inducted into the National Hockey Hall of Fame for the NHL. And this is the clip I wanted to hear. Marissa found this. So this was Bill talking about John Tortorella, and this was the clip I wanted to play real quick before we go to the interview.
John Tortorella is really, but really fair. He knows how to win. He knows how to sacrifice. He wants each player to sacrifice, and if they do, and that means shot blocking. If you make a selfish play on the ice, he will rip your face off.
Okay.
Rip your face off. That's the part I wanted to get in there. Please welcome from now your Philadelphia Flyers, John Tortorella to the program. Coach, good morning.
How are you guys?
Wonderful. Are you giggling at Bill's comment that you may rip someone's face off?
Well, first of all, congratulations to Billy. I've known him for a long time, and yeah, he's a little exaggerated there. Great for him. It's great news about him.
Oh, we listen, John, we were so happy for him. We have a long history with Bill. The whole city does, obviously, but always one of those class act guys. And what he's brought to the game as far as broadcasting here has been really, really cool. He does such a great job, and it's cool that he's going in under that recognition, you know?
Terrific. Well deserved.
Yeah.
So, as a lifelong Philadelphia sports fan, there are these fun little categories and these little games that we like to play as sports fans. And so this is going to sound like a knock on you, John, but please understand that it is not. But you have always fallen into that category of coaches, of somebody that you hate, but would love it if you were, wearing our jersey, right?
Yeah.
Or if you were standing on our bench. So I never liked playing against you because I always respected you and your approach to the game as a coach. Does that make sense to you?
I appreciate that. Yeah. Well, I just try to go about my business and try to help my team that I'm coaching. And hate. Sometimes I'm not sure there's enough of. I think hate is a real dangerous word nowadays. But that animosity towards the other team, I think that's healthy. I try to look for things so I have some animosity towards the other team. So I appreciate the characterization.
Yeah, the animosity really is based out of respect, and I think
and a little fear,
and a little bit of fear.
Sometimes.
Yeah, but you have to have someone. You have to have an opponent. You have to have someone you're going against, and you have to have the impetus for going against them. So I completely hear what you're saying.
Yeah. Well, Michael Jordan. If you watch that whole show of Michael Jordan, I forget the name of it. He was a master at just manipulating situations so he can get to that frenzy of. Again, I don't want to use the word hate, but that just anger towards the other person, other coach, other team, whatever it may be. He did that through his whole career, and it was really cool to listen to him talk about that in that show. And one with Chuck Daly, and it's just, I try to get my team that way. At certain times in the season, that's part of coaching, quite honestly.
Speaking of coaching, there's one of my favorite, all-time favorite sports movies is a movie called Hoosiers. I'm sure you've seen it. It's about basketball. Gene Hackman plays the coach, and there's a great scene where he first meets a team and kind of says to himself, he goes, all right, let's see what kind of hand I've been dealt here. And, when you have stepped into a new locker room and you're at the beginning, and listen, you've obviously done your research, and these guys are well known. It's the NHL, after all. You guys know what's going on. But what is it like walking into a new situation? Little bit of nerves as to what to expect, or how do you handle those first few moments when you get together with the team?
Yeah, I wouldn't say nerves. I mean, I'm on the back nine here as far as coaching. I've done it for a long time, and I don't get nervous. I think a healthy anxiousness.
Okay.
Because my feeling right now is I've talked to Chuck about the players, and I've listened to you guys talk about the team, and the fans talk about the team. They're not too happy. No one is, and I get it. Rightfully so. We make our own bed. But the biggest thing for me is I want to try to block out as much as I can so I can put them through some experiences with me during camp, and then I find out about them firsthand. I think you find out about people when you're watching them in situations when they don't think they're being watched. And I do that a lot. I think it's really important as a coach when it's trying to figure out the players to be in situations where they don't know you're there. They don't know you really watch them. I think you find out a lot about them, and that's my first part of the business as I enter camp here. Is just I want to find out myself, not listen to stuff about them. I want to find out about them myself when I put them through some experiences.
Well, John. So we obviously we watch regular sports, the real deal, and then we also get a lot what we get through movies. And Preston brought up Hoosiers, and I'm wondering what the phenomenon of Ted Lasso has done to the idea of the coach and the integration of his methodology and some of the things. I don't know if you're familiar, if you watch the show, but are there any things you've gleaned from Ted Lasso?
Yeah, I'll put it to you this way. There's some madness with coaches, but there's a little bit of method to it too. And I think that happens. I can't wait until it starts coming back out again. I really enjoyed the show. I do think there's a method to the madness sometimes, how coaches go about their business. I think one thing with Ted Lasso, and it's in our game, it's more communication from the players to you, not so much the coach always talking at you. The players need to talk with you also, and you need to open your door. And I think it's a terrific show. It's unorthodox at times as far as what he does, but he knows what type of message he's trying to get to that particular day to the team. So that's
cool.
what I take on it.
Yeah.
The Flyers were a really funny team last season, John. I don't know how much you were able to pay attention to them or not, but they had a few long losing streaks, and they had a coaching change. They also had a bunch of key injuries, and so I think we know what the end result was at the end of the season was just not a great team. But I also think that there was potential for them to be a lot better. Did you watch them at all last season? Do you care about what last season looked like, or are you just focusing on next season?
Answer the latter questions. I don't care what happened last season. I'm going to talk to Michael Yeo. He had the team the last. I'm going to talk to him along the way here. But for me, listen, we make our own bed. It was a tough year. Ryan Ellis hurt, only plays 4 games. Kevin Hayes had a number of family situations. He's hurt. 2 pretty big guys up the middle of the ice. You build your team from your goaltending right through your defense and your center ice position. Couturier's out with injury. Again, we don't want to use that as an excuse, but I'm just hoping that they come to camp healthy. Try to bring in, I do different things than Mike. Mike did different things than Elaine. Elaine did different things than Peter Laviolette. We're all different in our ways. I'm going to go about the business the way I think it should be done. Mm-hmm. I'm anxious to see us with a little bit of health when we start our season so we can see what the lineup looks and then learn. And a big part of my job is not only the veteran guys, is developing people. It's a cap world. I'm not exactly sure where we are on the cap, but I'm going to have to develop some young guys, and I look forward to that part of it also. So I make no judgments. I'm not looking back. I'll get enough reminders as we start the summer here and entering. I'll have enough reminders from the media of what we were. I'm looking for what we can try to be.
I've had an enormous amount of fun watching the playoffs this year. The 2 teams in the finals are both really good teams, including the Lightning, who you coached to win a cup several years back. Yep. Do you have any predictions? I mean, I know the Avs are up 2-0-0, but have you enjoyed watching the finals?
Yeah, I think it's going to get more competitive here. The thing that worries me, that Tampa Bay Lightning team has played a ton of hockey the past few years, a ton of hockey, and winning a couple of cups, playing all 4 rounds. It worries me. Has it gotten to them? And you have to look at that because they do look a little tired. A huge injury that they've had. He's playing now, but certainly isn't up to standard, is Braden Point. I think he's the engine of that club. So this home game in Tampa is very important. They need to win this one or they're done. If they win this one, it's a series. I picked Colorado and Carolina to go to the finals. I picked Carolina to win the Stanley Cup. I just don't know if you can stop that Colorado team. They are so fast, so quick, and so on top of you, and so confident right now. I'm not sure you can stop them.
Okay. Coach, besides the game of hockey, since you're going to be new and in our town as a regular resident, What are some of the things we can learn about you personally? We know that you like Ted Lasso, so that's a check in the plus column.
Yeah, one.
What are hobbies, things that you like to do? Are you a foodie, stuff like that?
You know what? I'll put it to you this way: the thing that my wife and I we're empty nesters. Our kids are grown up and gone. We're empty nesters, and if it isn't hockey, we're really involved in animal welfare. We rescue animals. We have 3 rescue horses, 4 rescue dogs.
Wow.
We're all over the place.
Well, John, I'm going to be calling you there. Yeah, my wife and I are big into animal charities and things of that nature. You're going to find a really robust. It used to not be the case for many years here in Philadelphia, but there are tremendous amounts of really wonderful animal charities. So you're gonna fit right at home here. And that's
Steve. Tell the coach about your menagerie at home.
Yeah. Oh yes. Well, we have 8 cats and a rescue and a dog, and my wife has 2 animal charities. For feral and all that stuff. So, and she just fell in love with a horse. So.
Oh no.
Yes.
And bees.
And bees. She's a beekeeper too. So, but so I commend you for that.
My wife. Yeah, you got to connect with my wife.
There we go. No, that's awesome. Besides that, though, what do you do? Because there's so much, and again, I think what happens with a lot of people is they get to Philadelphia and they've heard bad and good and so on and so forth. But in your brief sort of understanding of what we're about, what surprised you about Philadelphia?
Well, I still haven't. I just know the city from when I've gone in there. I was fortunate enough to play a great series against them, and it was a while back in '04. But I don't think the fans have changed. They've probably gotten a little bit more rabid as we've gone on here. The thing and I said I don't want to be too corny or whatever, but the thing that really attracted me to Philly is you go down that road off of Broad Street, and you got the rink, you got the football field, you got the baseball field, and you got people piling into those places. I know not so much in the hockey games right now. Hopefully that'll change. But you got people piling in there watching sports. And it's such a great sports town. And, Coatsy, El Coates, we used to go out with him when we'd come in. We'd go to some Italian restaurants and just different parts of the city. The ethnicity of the city is very intriguing to me. I've always loved going there because you have people that are going to say what they say to you, and they're going to be honest with you and not around you. If they have something to say, they're coming at you. And I love that, and I want to be part of that. I want to make it good. I want the people to be proud of this team, like I said, the other team, and I want to be involved with the group, the fans watching it, and hopefully we'll get a good product and we can all enjoy it together.
Well, winning changes everything. So you guys start winning some games, and those seats will be filled real fast in the Wells Fargo Center. And just to let you know, John, in that sports complex, every year we do a food drive, and we've had several coaches from the Flyers stop by, and a lot of players swing by as well. It's called the Camp Out for Hunger. So we will be literally right across the parking lot from you. It's the week of November 7th to the 11th. We'd love to have you stop by because it's a really cool, heartwarming event, and it shows the good that Philadelphia can do as well.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's some great, and that's when they have heart. It's a big-hearted city. Yeah, so I'm in. If my schedule allows, I'm across the street. I'm in.
Excellent. Well, you're going to have a busy couple of weeks. I mean, in just over 2 weeks, the draft is going to take place. Flyers have the 5th pick. Have you been doing your homework prior to signing with the team?
I know nothing about and if an NHL coach tells you they know something about it, they're lying. We're so wrapped up with our team and our players and the NHL players that is the scouts' day. They work so hard all year long in these barns they go to look at these kids. It's their day. They're the ones with the information. And Chuck is doing the same thing. That's their day. I'll be along just to kind of watch them and stay out of the way. And really looking forward to meet the people as we draft them.
Hey, speaking of scouts, the movie Hustle came out on Netflix the other day, and that is basically it's a basketball scout for the NBA for the Sixers. Did you happen to catch that?
I did not. No.
Okay. Well, if you want to get like a nice little, listen, you've been coaching in this league for a long time. You understand the city of Philadelphia. But if you want to get a nice little snapshot as to, what it's like here in the city of Philadelphia, especially in the professional sports world, I would definitely recommend, if you have a couple of hours, watch the movie.
I will, and I think I'm going to experience the good and bad of coaching in that city along the way here. And I look forward to it.
Yeah, that's the right way to do it. Listen, everything we're all kind of nodding at each other as you're talking because we're hearing all the stuff, and it actually transcends a lot of the we're used to over the many years that we've been on the air in Philadelphia of hearing coaches come to town and kind of say the road things, but you're outside of that box a bit, and it's very it's refreshing. So we're right now I've been energized that much more about you coming to Philadelphia.
That's nice to hear, and I can say all the right things now. We got to do it. And
There we go. You got to do it.
We'll feel it. We'll feel it from the people if we're not doing it. So bring it on.
Excellent. All right. Well, Coach, we're looking forward to having you in, shaking things up, making things happen, and hopefully we'll see you in person when you get into Philadelphia. Congratulations on the job, by the way.
Thank you very much. Pleasure, guys.
All right. Nice talking to you. Coach John Tortorella, guys, the Philadelphia Flyers. I like him.
I do
Very
too.
much.
I like him
Very much.
a lot.
Yep.
Just he was saying all the right things.
Yeah.
Listen, we talked to a lot of coaches over the years, and you get the rambling kind of message of, all right, I'm done. I'm playing the game here. I'm doing the interview.
Sort of a rote delivery. That's not what we got with him.
Dude's going to fit right in here.
Yeah.
He's going to fit right in.
He has no idea what's coming up on draft day. And he was like, yeah, it's not my job.
Yeah.
The scouts do that.
That's it.
He was a perfectly
love it.
honest answer.
My job to coach them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, that's
Excellent.
cool.
Likes Ted Lasso?
Please, come on,
There you go.
man.
And then if he just liked Kathy's show, Brothers and Sisters.
Oh, then he's really
I
in.
love
he's
Brothers
totally
and
in.
Sisters.
We should really revisit that.
Wow. All right. Well, that was cool. I'm happy about that. Nick, thanks for throwing that out there. The invite to the Camp Out for Hunger. Get that in his ear.
It'd be great.
Next thing we have coming up is Blood Drive. That's on Friday, so we're getting set for that. Not only us, but Pierre Robert broadcasting live. We're looking forward to that.
One reminder of what was said, actually, just as advice. A lot of people think this isn't like you should purge or prior to Friday if you signed up for the blood drive, eat your meals. And
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the thing that will a lot of times catch people is low iron.
Yes.
And so just make sure that you've eaten your meals and all of your stuff and just come on down and we'd love to see you and hopefully get a donation out of you.
Yep. By the way, if you're watching on our YouTube channel, the stream, Steve did not magically grow eyebrows. Those are from the fake John DeBella mustache that we're wearing. John DeBella, our contemporary down the hall here at our sister station, WMGK, is celebrating today 20 years on the air at WMGK.
Yeah.
He's been in Philly a lot longer than that, obviously. He's been, a legend in Philadelphia radio. But 20 years with WMGK. So we went down the hall in the commercial break, and we put on little fake mustaches.
Right.
And we went in and surprised John on the air real quick, and then Steve ripped his mustache apart and made eyebrows out of it.
I don't have them, so every once in a while I like to.
They look good.
Yeah. I tried
They
to
look
do
natural.
it. Do they make them look angry now? I tried to put
the one on the one on your left is angry. The one on your right is not angry enough.
Which
on
one?
your right?
Okay.
Your right hand,
All right,
angle it up more.
All right, sorry.
And then I will. Then I think you'll even them out and make them look angry. There you go.
Oh my God, you're pissed.
Wow.
Hey, what did we say, man? Sorry.
Jeez, oh, man.
Sorry.
We got to do wigs again.
Yes, wig. Oh my God.
Wigs and brows.
A new set of wigs on you, Steve, would be great. That's
Thank
where
you,
we got
Chris.
Dr. Chet Wainwright.
Yeah, we got to do wigs.
It was
and
funny because we were actually talking in my household about the whole wig situation because we had done that. Basically, we had just gotten back from vacation. And I'd spend the last day of my vacation picking up the wigs.
Oh, right.
From this wig store
And we
on
had,
Broad
like,
Street in Philly.
10, 11 wigs.
I mean, really good.
wigs.
Expensive wigs.
Hundreds of dollars each one of them.
Yeah.
I remember that. Does that place still exist?
I think so.
I
think
understand
so.
that the wig industry had an explosion during COVID.
Yeah. No, but it was interesting because my daughter was with me.
We're watching the video of it, and each one of them had a name. The person was
Ricky.
kind of curly. It was called the Ricky. Oh, that's great.
The one thing the Ricky did not allow me to have was sideburns a little bit, so it was a little weird.
Oh my God.
All right, we'll have to revisit that again.
We'll do that. Hey, I would like to do a short little recap of my weekend, if you don't mind, because it was kind of special for me personally.
Are you the recapperer?
I'm the recapperer. After the weekend, no, I played a gig. I played a music gig this weekend. with a group called Five Times Famous at a brew pub called Mud Hen.
And it seemed like it was going to be light lifting and a lot of fun.
It was.
Oh,
That
awesome.
is exactly what it was. I had so much fun, and it was so easy. These guys are so talented. Andrew and Justin are the two. They play acoustic guitars and sing.
Did they play your 50th birthday party?
They did.
Okay.
So I hired them. Brent Porsche. I was looking for somebody like a small, quiet live music situation because my hearing, I can't do really loud bands anymore unless I wear earplugs. I'm not going to do that at my birthday party. So I hired these guys, and they're the type of duo that can just play pretty much anything.
So they're like, you just call it out and they can do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I brought my little electronic drum kit with me the night of my birthday, and I was like, can I jam with you guys? They're like, absolutely. So I played most of the night, and after I was done, they were like, we could gig sometime. But they live in New Jersey, and at the time I was like, that'd be too far away and too late, and I'm not going to be able to do it.
But that changed.
Well, now that we've got a place in the at the shore, I was at Mud Hen, and I came in and they were playing one time, and I was like, man, I could put together a small little what I call my quiet drum kit, little acoustic drum kit, and maybe jam with these guys. I got in touch with them, and they're like, absolutely. And so I had the first one this past weekend, and it was so much fun. It was very easy. It was quiet enough. Didn't do damage to my hearing.
How long did you play for?
3 hours.
Oh, that's a good run.
Yeah, we played 3 sets, and they were just calling out songs. They don't play with a set list, just whatever they feel like.
You
playing.
hadn't rehearsed with them at all.
So never rehearsed with them at all.
You just knew what their set list or their song list was.
Yeah,
and you
some of them.
learned.
Or just riffed. You had to just riff on
a
something.
lot of them, like 7 or 8 songs, they'd just turn around and say, hey, we're going to play this. Like, not even ask me if I knew it. Or just like, play along. I'm like, okay.
I think
it was great.
That's the best when you can, and I call it like getting out of your head and like not saying, well, I don't know. Just go and do it. And you did it and you had a blast.
Yep.
Is this going to be a continuing?
It is.
Wow.
When's your next gig, by the way?
It will be.
I think July 16th.
July 16th.
Okay.
Saturday. 1 to 4 in the afternoon. So at Mud Hen again, which is a great place.
I have to ask now, is this going to cause like a rift with Saint? And is it going to be sort of like a.
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. And you know what?
There's a lot of beefs, as they say in the rap world.
We'll have to watch the documentary to really find out
to get
exactly
the feel
how
for
they
it.
feel. Yeah.
No, it was no. I hope not, because in Saint we had to rehearse a lot, and that was taking up a lot of time because we were a fully plugged in, bigger sounding band, and it was taking up too much of my time.
Right.
This is like we don't even have to rehearse. I just show up and we play, and it was great.
That's excellent.
So
My
we're
favorite
gonna keep doing it.
moment of the afternoon, and I was
Casey
only,
came out.
Oh, awesome.
I was only there for the second set, but they were playing all along the Watchtower, and at the end they went into a straight up jam where my feeling was that you guys were just jamming. It wasn't. You guys were just kind of like playing off of each other.
I didn't even know we were going to play that song.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, we were playing something else. We were playing Breakdown from Tom Petty. And Justin turns around and he goes, keep playing that groove. We're going to go into something else. He's like, we're going to play Watchtower. I'm like, okay. And they started playing it, and I just kept playing what I was playing. And then at the end, it led into this jam.
How was the place doing crowd-wise?
It was packed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yep. So, and that was just a quick, short mention that I gave on the air. So I will let you know when the next gigs are
It
coming
looks
up.
fun, man.
It was great.
And the fact that it's fairly close to you, right? Down there?
5 minutes.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, they did all along the Watchtower, and it was really more of the Dylan version that went into the Hendrix version. They also did Wonderwall, then Ventura Highway, which when they went into Ventura Highway, I was like, I love this song. And then they did Sober from Tool.
Yeah.
I mean, like, just you guys were all over the place, and it all made sense.
We played some Pink Floyd, and we played Whip and Post from
that's what you
Allman
started
Brothers
with.
Band.
Nice, yeah.
All over the place. Like they'd play anything. I was saying Patrick Swayze to Tool. It's kind of like the
That's cool.
is the range. So it was so much fun. I haven't had that much fun playing in a long time.
Did you get panties thrown at you and stuff like that?
No panties.
Yeah.
But we made some tips.
Support.
It was nice. Yes. Made lots of tips, which was cool. So, but thank you for coming out, Case.
Yeah, I'll be there for the next one, too.
Nice.
Are you going to get right up front with your T-shirt
I was
on?
right up front for the last one. Well, his whole family was there, so I got a text from Rochelle saying, hey, we're right next to the stage. So I zipped over there on my scooter, which I love. No, not the Vespa. It's like a little Segway scooter, but I scooted right in.
Keep an eye on my hog.
I know I brought it in with me. And then I sat down and had some lunch. I mean, listen, it was a beautiful day, too.
The weekend was spectacular.
Yeah.
You know,
it was a little windy, but, whatever.
Got it, but it was gorgeous for Father's Day and for Saturday. It was just perfect. You need that.
Any recapper stuff from you guys?
Nothing recapper.
Just a nice Father's Day, man. It was cool to spend the day outside with my son and girlfriend and just chill outside.
Do you get gifts for Father's Day? I don't know because
I got new flip flops.
Nice.
And I got socks with the Homer gif sliding back into the shrubs, which was
that's a good
really
one.
funny. And then he gave me a card that he found in his mom's house that was "Happy birthday to my favorite daughter." And so he just crossed off "Happy birthday." I'll take a picture of it and post it. Yeah, it crossed off "Happy birthday" and just wrote "Happy Father's Day" in like block letters. And I was like, "Where did you get this?" He was like, "It was in Mom's house." I was like, "All right, yeah, good effort."
I love that.
Yeah, I was proud of him.
I got one of those massage guns.
Oh, they're very good.
So I can't wait to use that.
Word of advice, though, there's a way you have to apply it. And you hold it to the skin and then turn it on. If you come in with it running,
Oh, really?
especially the ones like the ones with the big ball, it'll beat the crap out of you.
I know you actually have to be careful where you.
Not on your nuts.
No, but there are places like where you can injure yourself. So read the directions.
Oh, my balls!
All right. Shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, oops.
And then I got a couple of bottles of bourbon. I got some golf tees and things like that. And it was
I got
nice.
a s'mores kit.
A s'mores kit?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like a little tackle box.
Is the intent
Right?
so that the marshmallow doesn't fall off the skewer?
No. It's a tackle box. So it's like, hey, go get the s'mores kit. We're gonna make s'mores, and then you come out, and everything is in.
I see.
Cat,
Listen,
you probably
I
love
love
something.
it. It's organized. That sounds great.
I endorse your s'mores tackle kit, but I would also recommend the tuck-ins if you're a s'mores fan.
Casey, I saw a kit, I think it was a Target, and it was, you could essentially put the marshmallows in like a little bin that you could rotate around so that if you have trouble with your marshmallows falling off the skewer every time, this is a way to contain them, and they brown a little more nicely instead of just letting up on fire.
I need to see this. Marissa sent me this thing about, it's not necessarily s'mores, but it was this hack, okay? So you take like a little s'mores skewer, you put a strawberry at the end of it, then you take the strawberry and you insert it into fluff. Okay,
like
marshmallow
fluff, yeah, okay.
fluff, right?
Yeah.
And then you kind of like twist it and turn it.
Get
and
fluff
then
all over
you
it.
get fluff all over it, and then you put that over an open flame.
I'd like to try that.
Yeah.
All right, I'm in.
You're gonna be my regular Saturday night thing.
That's
Oh yeah.
Marissa, have you actually had that? Have you tasted that or just seen that?
No, it was a Instagram reel that I came across.
Okay.
Right.
I wonder if that's any good.
Yeah, you sent me that and something else. What was the other thing that you sent
Barb.
me, Marissa?
Barb is some chick that keeps coming up on my Instagram reels, and she just gives you. She's this older woman. She's probably in her late 60s, early 70s. She's a mom.
Yes.
And she just has like these life hacks that
This
you might
one was
know.
the
is like,
mojito watermelon
yeah,
salad.
some of them are recipes.
Here's how to wipe without using toilet paste.
It's not far off.
What's her name again? Marge?
Barb.
Oh, Barb. There's Barb with another tip.
You know that crusty feeling?
No, that's I would have preferred that you've tried it, but I like fluff. I like the.
Oh, yeah.
I used
I
to
do
like
not.
fluffernutters as a kid.
No,
I haven't had it in years.
I'm not a marshmallow fan anymore.
Can you put any?
I don't like taste it and recoil, but I just don't like it anymore. It's just not that appealing to me.
What wounded you?
I don't know, man. I'm trying to think of a moment that I didn't like.
Sitting back on the couch.
They're all gonna laugh at you. They're all gonna laugh at you.
Like I would rather, and I know it's not a s'more, but I would rather have just chocolate and graham cracker.
Oh,
Yeah, that's good.
oh yeah.
Without
no heat.
the
I don't
the
think
marshmallow.
that's a problem. I'm down with that too.
Chocolate covered graham crackers are yummy.
Oh my God!
What if you put something inside the marshmallow? Like take
Like a prawn?
Well, you could, I guess.
Or
if
like
you-
a strawberry.
I was thinking more like a Hershey Kiss. Like dig a little bit of a hole in the marshmallow, and then roast it that way.
You could do that.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So
Well-
Nick, that's essentially what a tuck-in is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't like
that's-
marshmallows or graham crackers. Sorry, Case. So I'm out on s'mores. It seems fun, and I'll make one, but I can't eat it.
Well, the funny thing about me getting this s'mores kit is I don't really eat s'mores, but my kids do. I was like, oh, you guys got yourself something nice for Father's Day.
Right?
You'll enjoy this at campfires, with or without me.
Look at that. This is
yeah, we're
interesting.
looking at the video of the strawberry and the fluff. That's a pretty good idea. I mean, I'm not into that taste personally, but I think that's a great idea.
Interesting.
But then again, Kathy wouldn't like it. It's cooked fruit.
Cooked fruit, marshmallow, and graham cracker.
All
Vomit.
that's bad.
There's no graham cracker in
You
this
might as
one.
well just put a turd on a plate and hand it to her.
Wow.
My wife was also seeing something over the. She was seeing something over the weekend. Whatever.
Can you see this? Am I the only one who can see this?
About how people clean their strawberries, Kathy. I thought maybe you would get a
clean them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So some people will use like vinegar to clean their strawberries.
It's so hard to clean your strawberry.
Another person.
What's a woman to do?
Another person uses their stomach to clean the strawberries.
They're called douche dots.
Please explain that.
They just eat the strawberries and whatever ends up in their stomach ends up clean by their stomach acid.
I got you.
Yeah.
Do you guys wash off your...
I wash off strawberries. I definitely
I
wash
wash
them
off all my fruit.
All your produce,
Fruit,
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
fruit and
Bananas.
vegetables, yeah.
No, I don't. I usually don't rinse. No, I don't.
Do you massage your chicken?
No.
Yes.
Of course,
I've been
man,
caught
yeah.
doing that before.
You had your headphones on.
Yeah, I know. I should clean it. The fruit, that is.
Yeah, right, yeah.
More often.
Just clean
I'm
everything.
going to pleasure myself. I want to be clean for me. Yeah, no, I understand that's the thing you're supposed to do. You always wash off your produce.
Yeah. I always do.
I mean, that stuff's grown in poop, so
I know.
or not in.
Do you wash off your poop before you eat it?
And there
Could you
are
rinse this, please?
there are stuffed chocolate marshmallows that exist already.
Oh, you know
Did
what?
you think it was your idea?
Well, no, I thought it was an interest. I didn't.
No, the car was his idea.
Yeah, I invented the car, Kathy.
You did?
Ford gets credit.
I'm Ford.
There are stuffed puffs, is what they're called.
Okay.
I tried something
I call hemorrhoids stuffed
similar at Wawa. You got them out of a bag or a box or whatever. I didn't think they were that great.
Stuffed puffs look. Here's one little issue, Casey.
Yeah.
That'd be fine with the classic milk chocolate, but I would like a little bit of direction towards dark chocolate as well. They always bypass that.
Well, you can get like a dark chocolate Hershey bar, right? And use
Yes.
that as a substitute for your s'more.
I will. I prefer my s'mores with Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
Pretty great that way.
And s'morios, which I believe my son actually did invent.
And s'moresania, which is
Lasagna and marshmallow.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
I like s'mortellini.
Yeah. Now I'm coming around.
Yeah.
Now you guys are getting me.
I like
I like a s'morterectomy.
yeah, John Smortarella.
The new head coach, yeah.
Right. Of the Flyers. All right. Well, anyhow,
Mortarella.
that's what happened this week.
This is information you can use.
It is. It's what we do. We disseminate information that you could use. We do need to take a break, though, because we've got a bizarre file to share with you when we get back. So stay right there. We will come back shortly with that very thing.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Yeah, if you ever do recover, it's a living with the hurting. You know what I mean? Like, I guess my toes are like that now. Yeah, but I feel all right. I think so.
You're in good shape. You've remained in good shape for quite a while.
It takes work, man.
You know, I was watching, Mark, a documentary just over last weekend on Sam Kinison, and you, go back to that. And I think of all the ways, knowing you were going to be in, the bizarre, fluidity of life, and you're in that prominently.
I was.
Yeah, you're mentioned many times. Yeah, in the beginning. So the
where is this on?
Yeah, it's
all
Prime
right
or something. So,
Yeah.
but long story short, if you look at your career the way it's firing now, it's got to be wild to be where you were back then, to gone through all you've gone through.
Yeah.
The book is out. Waiting for the punch.
Yeah.
The shows, the podcast, interviewing the president, all of this stuff. Do you have time to take a breath and absorb it all, or do you just keep going?
I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm experimenting with experiencing peace of mind. And happiness, because I'm told it's beneficial to us, and that's what we're working towards.
Yeah.
It does get to a point where because things turned around for me. Not later in life. I'm not like 70, but I mean, my success came in my 40s.
Yeah,
and it does make a difference. I know people are like, they say like, does success really make a difference? Yes.
Yeah,
it does make a difference in terms of Because you spend so much time committed to something. Like with comedy, I mean, that's all I wanted to do, and that's all that I really am. And when you do that, after a certain point, there's no plan B. You know, you get 20 years into something, and all of a sudden you're like, well, I could always... Oh, man.
Yes, you're exactly right.
There's nothing there. What the last job I had was a really legit job. I was a grill cook, you know, in college, I think, before I committed to comedy. Or worked at a coffee shop somewhere. So it's not lost on me that it's sort of amazing that I've pulled it out in the second half here. But I am trying to appreciate it. Yeah, I'm trying to do nice things. I'll go ahead and fly first class if that's okay. And,
yes,
and the other
treat yourself because you don't want to be that guy who shuns all.
No, I don't. But I also have that brain of a comic where it's sort of like, I don't know when this money's going to go away. You know, like, I don't know when the work's going to dry up. I don't know if I'm going to get that club date.
Right.
And I still have that survival kind of mindset.
Do you know what was very, very telling was, and I always reference it because I think it's probably as true a thing as you'll ever see, is Joan Rivers in her documentary right at the end there. She had her book. Her schedule, and there was open space, even at her career, with the way everything was going. I got to fill that in. It's a day open. I got it. Right. So
well, I'm
it never leaves you, does it?
It doesn't. No. But I'm always pretty busy. I'm like doing the comedy, and then I do the TV show now, the Glow Show. We got one more season of that.
It's a great show.
Yeah, it's a fun show. And then the podcast
and Joker. I mean, all this stuff. I mean, that's.
I got a hot, like a tight 40 seconds in Joker.
Hey, you got more than Brian Callen.
Callen's like, is that him?
Yeah. Yeah, you got more than Gary Goldman.
No, Gary Goldman was kind of featured, but he's doing his act.
Yeah, I love him, by the way.
Well, it was funny because there's this whole thing where I did it was a longer scene with me and De Niro. Like it wasn't the whole movie, but we did a walk and talk thing heading up to the dressing room where we enter, and that's the scene in the Joker. But there's a whole other thing where I'm like, how you doing? What's going on? Let's not do this.
They excise that?
Well, because I asked the guy, Todd Phillips, I said, before I saw the movie, I said, am I in it? Did I make the cut? He goes, well, we cut the walk and talk. And I was like, all right. He goes, we had to, because he said, there's not a scene in that movie that doesn't involve the Joker.
Yeah.
So it's completely from his point of view, or he's always in every frame. So anything that didn't involve him, that he wasn't in, they took out. And it made sense to me. Okay. And he said that one... Like that scene, that walk and talk, had nothing to do with Joker, so they really...
I guess it makes sense.
Yeah, it made sense.
You had a funny observation on Colbert you were talking about.
Because like... Yeah, I mean, I get this opportunity.
It's De Niro. It's freaking De Niro.
Well, people I'm fairly critical of Marvel movies, and I get, I've gotten a lot of pushback.
Well, as you can see, we're fans.
Yeah, but I get a lot of pushback from the grown male nerd community.
Yes.
Has it gets very mad at me. But when they found out I did Joker, they're like, "No, you're a hypocrite," and they're very excited that they think they won something.
Yeah.
But
we got him. We converted him.
No, they were like, this guy's opinion means nothing.
Right.
He's a sellout. but the bottom line is, you get a call from your agent, and they're like, "You want to do a scene with Joaquin and De Niro?" I'm like, it's in a comic movie. I'm like, no, I didn't. Yes, of course. What am I? Of course, I'm going to do that.
Yeah. Right.
So, all right. Can I ask you what your stance is on these comic movies? Because are you up there with like how Bill Maher feels about them?
Yeah, I don't know. Like Bill has a tone.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's delicate. That's delicate.
And I don't know if I'm within that tone.
Okay.
I mean, I think you could put me in a mildly condescending.
Right. Sure.
I have a problem with it culturally because I do believe that there's a fanatical sort of commitment to them. I do believe that because of their popularity, they do push out other entertainment options. And I do believe that, I don't know that as a grown-up, I've earned this age that I'm at. I don't want to feel sort of bullied to go see children's movies.
Okay. I understand that. I understand that
because people who like those movies, even if they're grown-ups, they're sort of like, come on. They're almost like the missionaries for them. There's just like a bunch of Disney stooges, who are trying to tell you it's like this is their life.
Well, right. I've been a fan throughout all my life, and so it attaches to pivotal moments of my childhood.
That. Sure.
But I understand it's the same way vegans try to push, the whole thing. And I
think one is more healthy Like I don't think you're getting any health benefits
from
the Avengers movies. Well, Batman's like the DC Marvel's different. Like, and I've used that joke. Like when people were like, "Yeah, you're doing it's a DC movie." So, it's a little darker, a little more grown up.
But
a little more grown up, yeah.
I do understand it because I love the movies. I'm not a comic book guy. I didn't read the comic books growing up, so I don't have this like long vested interest in like, oh my God, it's finally happening.
I think it's a belief system.
Right.
I mean, these guys have been reading. Go ahead. Sorry.
But no, my wife doesn't watch any of them, and I tried to have.
I think that's something a lot of men say.
But I tried to have this argument with her. I'm like, no, it's really, really great cinema. But now, like hearing you talk, I'm like, okay, you know what? Listen. You're allowed to not be into them, and I need to just kind of like drop it right then and there. Like, okay,
wow, I think if this feels like some sort of peace talk.
We've made a breakthrough.
I mean, you're just going to drop it right there. That's interesting. You sure you don't want to get online with an army of your peers?
No,
and talk
it's
about
too much work, man.
That's an argument nobody's ever going to win. So that's what gets me is why have that argument? Maybe just for the catharsis of having the argument itself.
No, I tell you why. And my producer Brendan has explained this to me is because this is a group of people that were sort of marginalized in a way. The nerds were always sort of the brunt of the joke.
Yeah.
And now they own culture.
They do.
And they're not going to let it go. So anybody that's going to start pushing at it, they're like, no! And it's always shrill and awkward, and they're having feelings.
Well,
and
well, you look at like Scorsese just caught.
I think that was a reasonable
and he's
assessment.
just saying, and listen, if Martin, you certainly have to entertain Martin Scorsese's view on things. At its basic core, it's fun. That's what it is. It's a diversion. It's a harkening back nostalgically for me for childhood.
Right.
But it's not a I don't want to leave childhood. But I know what you're saying.
I get bored.
Yeah.
I'm bored.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? The stories are simple, and I get it. Like I know they're like you got to see the one with Hugh Jackman and what's that
Logan.
one? If you want to start, because I'm going to try to watch some.
Yeah.
Just for
watch Logan.
But I think I'll start at the beginning. I've seen Iron Man.
Yeah.
I saw that, and I think that maybe Iron Man. I don't know.
It's okay.
You don't.
It's really okay.
Again, it's funny because we deal with obviously the station plays music and a song will come up and. It's the ultimate subjective thing. How do you respond to music? But
that sucks.
People speak in concrete. This is great. No,
it's the same with comedy. It's the same with everything. These things are subjective. You don't have to like them.
Right.
But I mean, my problem is with those movies. Generally, I really do get bored. I mean, if you're not thrilled by dudes flying around and throwing buildings and rocks and cars and things, I don't know. It was never my thing. And I read some comics, but even the comics I read when I was a kid were not those. I read like Swamp Thing, and then I went into the Gaiman stuff, Hellblazer and Sandman. I liked
good stuff.
I liked a lot of the underground world of comics. I like Daniel Clowes. I like that guy. What's his name? Burns, who does the 8-Ball comics.
So what do you
Peter
like?
Bag.
Do you like horror movies and stuff?
No.
Or you're not into that stuff?
No,
like
I have
monster
no
movies?
patience. No patience for that. Like, just kill the guy. I don't know what that feeling of suspense is not one of my favorite entertainment feelings.
What in the pop culture realm? What's your go-to genre? What do you most find yourself being drawn to when you go to a movie? If you have,
that's a good question. I don't know. I've been watching Succession.
Okay.
I just started watching that.
I love it.
Everyone raves about it. Yeah.
Well, the way they talk to each other is amazing. Because
Yeah.
it's not real, but it's like there's the emotional weirdness of the whole thing is great. I just rewatched the entire Breaking Bad.
Me too. Well,
you did?
Yeah. Well, Preston and I did a year or so ago, and now I've watched the last few episodes again because of the Netflix movie that's coming out with Jesse.
I went to the premiere.
Oh, how was
it?
Can we ask
whose phone is going?
It's yours, I think.
Is it mine?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Dude, that happened at the end of Hamilton on Tuesday night.
Hey, it's time to wake up.
Yeah.
Is it your alarm?
It's 7:30.
Oh, my God.
I almost didn't wake up because I thought I said it and I didn't say it, but I woke up anyways. Yeah. The movie's good. It's good. It's almost like I think he made it just because he's like, these guys were so great. Let's just make one more movie.
Okay.
I can
one more
see
thing
that.
with this.
I'm fine with that.
But the premiere was great. I don't usually go to a lot of those, but because I'm on a Netflix show and I've done specials and I've been on a few of their shows, they invite me, and I was like, I'm going to go to this one.
Yeah.
So I wore this shirt, the one you kind of.
I love he's wearing a denim shirt that I really like.
Well, thank you. I mean, I know it's stiff. I know it's new because I knew the way you said it. It's like you're like, wow, where'd you get that shirt? It was a compliment, but there was sort of like. like little newts, maybe you might want to break that in. But
Is it itchy? Where'd you get that brand new denim shirt?
Had an edge to it. Yeah. You just got that, didn't you? It wasn't a full-on compliment.
Yeah.
That's a denim shirt you got.
That thing is really denim, isn't it?
In the world of denim, that's passive aggressive.
Look, we got to work on him.
That's hilarious.
But the movie.
Yeah.
So I'm still like crazy because I still get kind of starstruck, and it's just kind of because I walk the carpet. I don't have to, but I'm not in the movie. But then you get that picture. It's like also at the premiere, I was there.
But I'm sure Netflix encourages you if you can because you're a Netflix.
Yeah, and I wore this denim shirt. That was the first. There it is. There's the picture you got. See, that's the denim shirt on its first appearance publicly.
Same pants too.
It is the same pants. I got 4 things, dude. I don't. I got two pairs of pants I wear at any one time and 3 shirts.
You're stylish.
I love the Us magazine where they say he really loves his, and it's like 5 pictures of you in the denim shirt.
And that's it. Yeah. Well, I'm breaking it in. So, but I get starstruck, and also there's a weird mixture of like, do people know who I am, and can I approach them? There's some of them I do. Like I saw Ed Begley there. Ed Begley gave me a big hug. And that's not
Ed
nothing.
Begley's great.
That's not nothing, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I saw Jonathan Banks, who plays Mike.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if he does know me, but I walk up to him because I grew up in Albuquerque, and they shot the whole thing in Albuquerque.
Yeah.
And my buddy from 2nd grade lives in an apartment building that Mike just got a place in because they shoot out there all the time with Saul and everything else, and they've become friends. So I walk up to Mike. I'm like, my buddy Dave's your buddy, and he's like, oh yeah. And I'm like, and then I realize like he doesn't have no idea who I am. Like I don't think he does.
I don't think he gets starstruck.
Oh my God.
No,
Jonathan Banks. He does not impress me as the type that's he's pretty nonplussed.
But yeah, definitely. But the thing that got me, like, Cranston was nice to me because he's been on the show, and I saw Jesse Plemons, who I've not talked to, but he's he was, he knew I was, and we talked. I listened to me. I'm like, some of them know me. Some of the celebrities know me. but
we get the same way.
I know, right?
Hey, we know David Faustino.
Yeah, he came here. Yeah. Was he here?
He was here.
Wow.
Kathy doesn't remember.
I don't remember.
Hey, Obama would know you if you walked into a room and he was there. He would recognize.
Yeah, I think he might remember. Yeah.
That was pretty special.
Yeah, it was. The president came over. But 1 second,
I also want to find out.
Yes, please. So I'm at the premiere, and I hear from behind me over at people are sort of talking before the movie started, and I hear Hank's voice. You have Hank from the cop in Breaking Bad. And I didn't even know the actor's name, but I'm like, there's Hank! I want to talk to Hank! Like, when I interviewed Cranston, I swear to God, when I did it, I was so immersed in the show, it was years ago, that I could not separate him from Walter White.
Presents Preston and Steve's Bizarre File.
All right, brought to you this morning by Armor Metals and Recycling. You can get paid for your old computers, monitors, printers, and more at Armor Metals and Recycling. And Armor Metals is your e-cycling headquarters. Armor Metals is your most trusted recycling partner. Visit armormr.com for more information. Mexican narcos fascination with exotic animals has been on display this week after a spider monkey dressed up as a drug gang mascot was killed in a shootout. And a 500-pound tiger was wandering around the streets in the Pacific Coast state of Nayarit.
I saw that footage.
And a man died after trying to pet a captive tiger in a cartel-dominated area. So 11 suspected gang members died in the shootout on Tuesday. Photos from the scene.
I've been hit.
Yeah, showed a small monkey dressed in a tiny camouflage jacket and tiny bulletproof vest sprawled across the body of a dead gunman. Authorities confirmed the authenticity of the photos, and state prosecutors said a primate was killed at the scene, which was presumably owned by a criminal who was also killed at the scene. An autopsy will be carried out on the animal by veterinarians specialized in the species. They said that animal trafficking charges would be considered against the suspects who survived the shootout. So this little monkey...
They got the bulletproof vest on it.
He's dressed up, yep. Then on Wednesday, the Attorney General for the Environmental Protection said that it had seized a tiger and a tecuala in the Pacific Coast near the border of Sinaloa, which is home to the cartel of the same name. The office said that it acted after receiving reports about a Bengal tiger that was wandering the streets of Tecuala and found that the animal was likely being kept illegally as a pet.
I hope these drug lords know this is illegal.
I think maybe someone needs to tell them.
I think someone should tell them.
On Sunday, authorities confirmed that a man was seriously wounded by a tiger as well in a different city. In a video, the man is seen calling the tiger to the side of a fenced enclosure, saying, "Come on, come on." And the man stands outside the enclosure, apparently feeding the tiger with one hand while he stretches his other arm through the chain link fence to stroke the animal's neck. The man then shrieks in pain after the tiger quickly wheels and bites the extended arm and refuses to let go.
Ever since I was a little boy, I dreamed of one day owning a monkey and being a drug lord.
Authorities confirmed that the man was taken to a hospital where he died a few days later.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, it turns out that they're wild animals.
Yes, it does turn out. All right, this is a terrible, terrible story. 2 frat boys from the University of Missouri have been charged in connection with a 19-year-old at the school who was left blind and unable to walk or talk after being forced to down a family-sized bottle of Tito's vodka.
So you see stuff like this and these stories pop up, and I don't remember seeing one this bad.
Ryan Delante and Thomas Schultz were indicted Friday in connection with the treatment of Daniel Santulli, a teenager whose family said was forced to drink until his heart stopped last October during Pledge Month at Phi Gamma Delta. Schultz is facing an additional felony charge of tampering with physical evidence. He's been left permanently and severely disabled as a result. And what his family's lawyers say is the worst known incident of hazing abuse in U.S. history. Santulli's family has previously filed civil suits against 23 members of Phi Delta Gamma. But this is the first time that anyone has actually been criminally charged. The 2 young men are charged with felony hazing and misdemeanors of supplying liquor to a minor or intoxicated person. Santulli was force-fed beer through a tube and told to down an entire bottle of vodka by his, quote, fraternity fathers, including Delante. At the end of the night, Santulli had a shocking 468 blood alcohol level, 6 times the legal limit.
God almighty.
Delante is accused of handing the bottle of vodka to Santulli and telling him to drink, while Schultz was the fraternity vice president and brought the vodka for the party. Schultz is 21, while Delante is believed to be around 20 years, but his age is unclear. So when the kid passed out and went into cardiac arrest, they dumped him outside a hospital. I mean, they didn't, they just left him there. Now he's unlikely to walk, talk, or see again. His mother, Mary Pat, has had to quit her banking job to take care of him full time. The family has filed cases against the fraternity, the owner of the house, and the frat members. Surveillance video has emerged of the hazing, and you can see him falling backwards, passing out on a table, and slumped on a couch. Footage also shows his panicked frat brothers trying to carry him to the car, take him to a hospital once they realized how severe his condition was. By the time they got there, he had stopped breathing for long enough to cause severe brain damage.
His lips were blue.
Yep. And after months of rehabilitation, he was recently taken home to Missouri, where his mother now cares for him around the clock. Yeah, it's horrible.
Awful.
Horrible.
I don't want to send my kid to spring break, to college now. It's scary.
I know. It's terrible. So anyhow, we'll see if there's convictions from this, because something has to happen. All right. How about this story? A little lighter. A worker at Tesco, a UK grocery chain, who spent over $5,000 a year drinking 30 cans of Pepsi a day for 20 years, has been cured after he was hypnotized.
30 cans of Pepsi a day.
Andy Curry downed a liter of the fizzy pop every morning and drank a further 9 liters a day. He has sipped an estimated 219,000 cans of Pepsi and nearly 15,000 kilograms of sugar, or the equivalent of 7 million sugar cubes, since he first started drinking in his early 20s. Andy said, "I've always loved the taste of cold Pepsi. Nothing could beat it, and I just got hooked. I work nights, so I was like the sugar rush to keep me going. I'd go through 4 or 5 2-liter bottles of Pepsi every day. And because I work at Tesco, I could just buy it straight after work and take it home. It cost me a fortune, to be honest. I could have bought a car every year for the amount that I was spending on Pepsi."
So what amazed me about the picture is that he appears to have his teeth, with all that sugar.
Right.
He's not crazy obese.
He said, I just needed to have it, and as soon as I woke up, I'd go to the fridge and pour myself a large glass of Pepsi and just carry on through the day.
He does piss maple syrup, though.
Andy decided to take drastic action after he ballooned up to about 340 pounds, and his doctor warned him that he was at risk of becoming diabetic through exercise and diet. Through exercise and diet, he's managed to lose over 40 pounds, but couldn't stop drinking the Pepsi. He contacted a therapist, a hypnotist, David Kilmurray, who identified Woody as having avoidant restrictive food intake disorder. Amazing, after just one online hypnotherapy session, and he was cured and drank water for the first time in 2 decades. In just 4 weeks, he's dropped a further 20 pounds and is remarkably more healthy. So he is on his way to recovery. That's messed up.
Insane amount of sugar.
All right, we're going to have to wrap it there. Sorry to keep it short, gang, but we got a break to take. We'll come back in a second, and we're going to test you. We'll see how you're doing on today's show with the lesson question. We'll get to trash and music news, too. So coming back in a little bit. Stay there.
Preston and Steve.
Preston and Steve.
There's certain characters that really impress. Like Hank's such a great. That guy's great. What's his name?
Dean something or other.
Norris.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great
character actor.
I felt myself excited. Like, there's Hank, and he sounds just like Hank talking to other people. But yeah, Obama is no Hank.
Right.
But exciting. Yeah.
Speaking of Obama, the podcast WTF with Mark Maron. 10-year anniversary, man. You've really made that just a mainstay, and it's you do it right. You kind of do what we like to do as a radio show. We just have conversations, and we dive into whatever comes up. You have a basic idea of what you want to talk about, but
you do your homework
a little bit. Yeah. Poke around a little bit. Sometimes I miss things, but you got to get used to people saying like, "Why didn't you ask him about it?" Because you should have told it. Yeah, no.
No, it's got to be on your terms. But you're so initially your interviewing skills, your chops, were they developed on like Air America, or did you have a good rapport, a conversation ability? Because I told you earlier before we went on that when we first started, our interviews kind of sounded like interrogations as opposed to just conversations. And when did this switch flip for you?
I think that's a style initially.
Yeah.
You want to get these moments. It was like the audio equivalent of clickbait.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. You're exactly right.
You kind of want to let's get them on this one. Like I don't do morning radio as much as I used to because I don't know what I'm walking into. I know you guys,
right.
But even phoners, you want to be on a phone with a bunch of monsters who are just looking to tear you down, and you've got no way to defend yourself because you're on a phone.
Yeah.
So. But my style really was more about inviting people I knew over to talk about my problems.
Yeah.
So having celebrities over to talk about my problems and maybe find some midway.
It's a disarming entree into a good conversation.
But I was in trouble. I was bitter. I was cynical. I had people I had to apologize to. But so it sort of evolved like that.
From like a 12-step almost.
Almost like I need to make an amends, or like do you like me, or like I'm not comfortable with you. But it was always very personal, and it just kind of evolved from there.
I know you've been dealing with nicotine withdrawal, and I wanted to ask you how that's going.
It's all right, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think I'm coming through it. I think I'm at like 7 weeks.
Oh,
and I wasn't even smoking, man. I was doing those lozenges.
So that was the deal, huh?
I loved them. I haven't
Did you ever flirt with the vaping thing?
No.
Okay.
No, I knew right away that there had to be something wrong with
Something's going to be an issue.
Well, what's in it? How are they making that? Who's in charge?
That's the question, isn't it?
I want to know if it's a kind of a well-known, historical cigarette company making me sick. These vapes, it's like, where's the goo coming from? What are you putting in there?
Where's your goo coming from?
If it's not Philip Morris or R.J. Reynolds, I don't want anything to do with that.
Chinese goo.
Chinese goo? What is it? How's that not going to be bad?
Well, why'd you start trying these lozenges? Who turned you on to that, or where'd you get the idea to do that?
Well, I've been wrestling with nicotine my whole life, but I haven't really smoked a cigarette in over a decade. So there was a period there. What happens with me is I got off the smokes. I think I had one cigarette during a Keith Richards interview, but I knew I was on the lozenges, because he made me smoke with them.
All right.
Of course.
Keith Richards,
and he's got a bit of charm when it comes to getting people to do things that are bad for you.
So we've heard, He's
done that to an entire generation, several. But But no, and like I do the gum. It took me years to sort of quit, but then I kind of leveled off on lozenges. I was on gum for a while, but they're not good for your jaw. And then Tom Rhodes, another comic.
Yeah,
we've had him in.
He's
sure.
great.
Yeah, he turned me on to Walgreens cinnamon 4 milligram lozenges.
So cinnamon. Okay. See, I was always the mint lozenge guy.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't do the mint. I don't mind them in a pinch. I'll do them.
Why cinnamon?
When you're an addict, you'll do anything. What do you got? The minty ones are too much for me. The little ones dissolve too quickly.
So were you in effect like chain sucking?
Yeah, for sure, man. Are you kidding? I loved it. I looked forward to them like cigarettes. So, but what happens to me is I'll get off everything like I am now, and then I'll decide like I think I can have a cigar.
Yeah.
And then I'll have a cigar, and then within 2 weeks I'm having 2-3 cigars a day.
Yeah.
And I feel like my mouth is rotting. So then I got to get back on the lozenges to get off the cigars, and then I'm locked on those.
So you got to look at me because I'm the only one who's currently addicted to nicotine, and I 130% know exactly what you're talking about.
What are you on? Just the mints?
No. Now I'm on.
Oh, you're dipping? Yeah. The thing is, like with that, I've done that.
But but I'm not smoking.
But I'm not. I get it.
But my lungs are okay, Mark.
I get it. I mean, there was a period. I was getting imported snus from like Norway or Sweden. Like someone got me involved with snus.
Yeah.
Which was I think Swedish, right?
Yeah.
Originally. Yeah. But there's a whole catalog of. There's 100 different snuses from Sweden, and they say like it doesn't cause cancer, which is ridiculous.
You're not spitting.
But I was ordering this stuff that was so strong, like it was like heroin. Like it's just a packet of snus, and I put it in, and I'd be like, oh man, I gotta sit down. But like in my mind, as a sober guy, I'm like, but I'm not doing anything bad.
Right.
You're sober too, guy?
I'm sober 7.5 years, and I was actually nicotine free when I got sober.
Yeah.
And then about 3 months into my sobriety, I'm like, well,
you need something.
I need something. I got this gigantic hole that I need to fill, and I'm gonna fill it with nicotine and caffeine, and that's kind of where I'm at now. But
my brother who had never smoked in his life, when he became sober, he started smoking.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been through. I got 20 years sober, so I've been through a lot of different options.
Yeah.
With the.
But I'm looking. You're not even drinking coffee.
You got food. You got nicotine. You got sex. Yeah, and those are my. If I can move those around, go through a rotation. Like the one thing I never do, thank God, is gamble. Gamble. No. I never got that sickness. I do not like losing money. I've never had an experience with gambling that I won so much money that I felt so great that I got to spend my life trying to do that.
That's funny. I get nervous while gambling. I don't. There's no rush or
that is the rush. The nerves. That is the rush.
Yeah, but
it doesn't work for you.
Right. Yeah.
Mark, have you ever seen? Because I've seen a good friend of mine. The first time we went to Vegas, I saw that switch flip.
Oh man!
And I literally had to take his ATM card because he was gonna go hard.
Really?
Yeah. And I said, dude, you need to put this in check now because he would have tapped out everything. It was crazy.
I lost. I think the most I lost was $800 in an evening, and I'm still mad at the hotel.
Of course.
I tapped out at like 40.
Yeah, it still hurts me.
More from the connoisseur.
Good food stories here.
Will it be fast food or fancy food?
Schnitzel.
Schnitzel?
Yeah.
Do you like schnitzel?
It's not bad. It's it's good. I mean, it's not great, but yum. Yeah, it'll do it.
Is that what Christoph Waltz is eating during Inglourious Bastards?
No, that's strudel.
Strudel, okay. Because I love me some strudel.
Schnitzel is very sweet.
Do you know what schnitzel is?
Is it? No. Is it a baked good? Is it a salty baked good?
It's pork.
Oh, then no.
Fried pork.
Okay.
Essentially, it's like a fried pork tenderloin, so it's not anything like a schnitzel.
I don't like it much. Yeah.
You don't like schnitzel?
Nah, I'm not a big schnitzel guy.
I mean, I like it. It's good enough. So anyhow, Schnitzel Fest event in Bavaria, Germany. Apparently used 400 pork chops, 4,000 eggs, 551 pounds of breadcrumbs to create a giant schnitzel. And the resulting schnitzel is 2,663 pounds.
Wow. People must have been schnitting for weeks after.
That's good, dude.
You knew it was coming.
I just took a hairy schnit.
753.5 square feet is how big it is.
Wow.
I've had schnitzel in Germany, in Munich. We were having dinner, and I'm like, how can I not have schnitzel?
If you're going to have schnitzel, you have it there. So what did you think?
It's good. It's not
okay.
great.
It's not rocking your world.
No, it's good. I'd order it. I've had it at other places as well too.
It's funny when you have something that you think is authentic, and then you later do have the authentic version of something, and your opinion of it changes 180%, 180 degrees, I should say.
Organizers say it took nearly 3,700 gallons of oil to fry. A Guinness World Record adjudicator. How do you say that word?
Adjudicator?
Adjudicator, thank you. Was on hand to verify the schnitzel's measurements.
They called me the schnithead.
And certify that it broke the previous record of 1,212 pounds, so it blew that record away. And it was then split up into 4,800 portions and sold to attendees at the festival.
Yes, we put it on a conveyor belt and it comes right out to Schnitthorn.
Keep going. Do more.
What were you gonna say? You were gonna say something.
Well, I was just so it's just a pork chop, basically.
Yeah, I don't know if it might be the tenderloin case. I'm not 100% sure what part of the pig it is. But yeah, it's like a fried pork chop or a fried tenderloin.
Yeah, I never really cared for pork chops.
Oh man, I do love pork.
I know, and people like my father loves them, and I like them only if they are incinerated to the point.
No.
That's the only way I can eat.
You got to get them juicy. All right. Well, anyhow, they made the biggest one in the world.
What cartoon has a character named Schnitzel?
That was Chowder.
Chowder, that's it.
And
Okay.
Schnitzel would only say rattle, rattle. He never said anything other than that, rattle, rattle.
I was looking for that, and I came across something that says Schnit in the bathtub, so I'm going to
Go ahead, let's hear what that
I don't
is.
know what that is,
Okay.
but...
Oh, no, someone decided to morning. Good things happen on Monday morning sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you winning something would be a nice, good thing because we have today's lesson question. And we're going to give away a pair of tickets to see Kill a Mockingbird at the Academy of Music. And this show is coming up on July 13th. So get a little culture. Go out and see a live show. Should be cool. And the question that we ask of you today is this. What will be the theme song for the Jon Snow Game of Thrones sequel? 215-263-WMMR. Let's see if you were listening. I was from early this morning, around 7 o'clock. What will the theme song be for the Jon Snow / Game of Thrones sequel that's coming up? All right, if you heard that and you know the answer, call now, 215-263-WMMR.
The trash business is a gold mine. 93.3 WMMR with Preston and Steve's Hollywood Trash.
All right, brought to you by Dry Tech Waterproofing Solutions. You can protect your home from water damage, cracks in your foundation, and mold with Dry Tech Waterproofing Solutions. Preston and Steve listeners, you get 15% off when you mention our show. So go to drytechcorp.com and mention Preston and Steve. What's going on this morning, Steve?
Well, Charlie Sheen has reconsidered his opposition to 18-year-old daughter Sammy having a sexy OnlyFans account. Sheen says it initially made him feel dirty, but then he learned how to crop her face out of the picture.
Oh, man. My God.
79-year-old President Joe Biden fell off his bike after stopping to talk to a crowd during a ride on Saturday. Secret Service immediately cuffed the bike and are currently interrogating it at Gitmo.
Hey!
And finally, Camilla Parker Bowles, a.k.a. the Duchess of Cornwall, making some rare comments about her marriage to Prince Charles in the latest British Vogue. Bowles reveals that Charles likes his ears pulled like reins when she's pegging him.
Oh, my God.
Hollywood trash. A lot to unpack in the trash today. All right, let's see. If somebody knows the answer to this question, what will be the theme song for the Jon Snow Game of Thrones sequel? And we'll go to Steven, see if we can get an answer. Hi, Steven.
Good morning. You guys rock.
Oh! Love you, Steven. Thank you. All right, what's going to be the theme song for that Jon Snow show?
Snowbird.
From Anne Murray. You are correct. Hang on, Steven. We're going to give you a pair of tickets to see To Kill a Mockingbird at the Academy of Music. It's going to be July 13th, 7:30 p.m. The show runs from July 12th through the 24th, and you can get tickets at kimmelculturalcampus.org.
Now, Preston and Steve's Music News on 93.3 WMMR.
All right, it's brought to you by Family and Company Jewelers. Planning on getting engaged? Well, you can go see Angelo and the team at Family and Company Jewelers and get her the perfect engagement ring, a ring from Family and Company, South Jersey's diamond destination. So, Ozzy,
is reportedly looking to renew his vows with Sharon for their 40th wedding anniversary. According to the Mirror, the two plan to travel back to Maui, where they first got married 40 years ago. A friend of the couple told the publication Ozzy may have been waiting on getting his neck and back sorted after extended leg pain, which has left him unable to walk for long periods. But while that's been his hope, he always wants to treat Sharon to something special for their 40th.
40 years ago, I said,
they renewed their vows in Vegas in 2017. But he hoped to fly them to Maui for a break to recall their big day.
I'll never forget when you
The friend said he hopes that his recovery will be short and nerve damage will be removed so that he can treat his wife. Ozzy may have gone through the mill in recent years, but his spirit and desire to show Sharon how much their love burns bright remains.
So he had I remember the first real thing that was a medical situation for him that I can recall was that ATV accident.
Yeah.
And that was bad.
Yep. So
and then it just been, since then, it's been a conga line of things going wrong with him.
We'll see if this surgery, gives him improved mobility, which we hope is the case.
I actually feel much better now. Things worked out really well. The surgery absolutely went better than I could ever have imagined. I'm just thrilled to get back to the stage.
Wow. This is good. Wow, he sounds great.
Different man entirely.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, the night and day, Nick.
All right, once again, Wolfgang Van Halen has chosen to confront his online detractors head on rather than let personal attacks go answered. I love this guy.
Yeah.
Loudwire reported a tongue-in-cheek Wolf tweeted to fans, I wanted to offer my sincere apologies to anyone I may have upset or hurt by being born. He said, I've never meant my existence to be a burden to others, but alas, here we are. I'll try not to exist so much in the future. Thank you for your patience.
How could you not like him?
I know.
Even if you don't like the music, how can you not like him?
And listen to what this idiot wrote. He then shared a screenshot of a poster of somebody who had posted named Jeffrey William Jones, who took time out to slam Wolf for participating in the upcoming Taylor Hawkins tribute concerts in London and L.A. So this person wrote, Wolf Van Halen just rides in on his daddy's talent and gets invited to remembering a drumming legend. Had you been born to any other parents, you'd be nothing in the music world. So not to shy away from the harsh words on social media, Wolfgang countered with, yes, my dad, who hasn't been alive for 2 years, had Dave Grohl call me to participate. Spot on, Jeffy. And then he went on to tweet, the funny thing about people like you who hate me is that you leave me no room for improvement. That's that my fault is something completely uncontrollable. While I guess me playing music apparently completely hinges on who my family is, which is a completely unanswerable question, I can definitely surmise that had you were born to different parents, you'd most likely still be a miserable a-hole.
Oh, roasted!
Nice work.
I love this guy. He's just great.
Yeah.
And it's stupid to beat up on him.
It is.
It's
Listen,
stupid.
he would find out. In fact, the odds are tremendously stacked. I'd say more stacked against him. Listen, he's certainly got exposure because of his music.
Yep.
But
he's a talented
it's very
musician.
good.
He's a talented musician.
And it's subjective. I get it. But you can't ignore the fact that the guy is capable.
Yep. Ghost had to cut their Hellfest performance short on Sunday because Tobias Forge lost his voice. There were reports that the frontman announced, my voice is completely effed. I cannot sing one other song for you after they had performed Dance Macabre. And then he
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Ozzy Osbourne. I have some bad news concerning the Ghost Show this evening.
So they had to cut it short. Nick, this is for you and for all those who had tickets to this event. But Ringo Starr and his All-Star Band have rolled out the revised itinerary for their September tour, which now includes the 12 dates that they recently had to postpone. So that show will be rescheduled for September 11th.
All right.
At the Met.
Nice.
So there you go. Just a heads up. And then
Did you see the birthday wishes for Paul McCartney from like Ringo and this is like
them.
they say it's your birthday, I riff on that, but all nice. And Yoko sent a nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, Steve, the Beatles put on their Instagram and Twitter pages yesterday, or on Saturday when it was his birthday, just a really cool montage, and it was so many little video snippets of Paul having fun.
Yeah,
it brought tears to my eyes. It was so cool to see all that.
I think we live in a post again the documentary, the 8-hour Peter Jackson film, 6 hours, whatever it was, really sort of made you rethink the whole Yoko thing a bit, And it's good that they're in a good place.
One last story. Chrissy Hind says she no longer wants to perform Pretenders hits at her concerts.
Okay.
Hind, who's been busy recording covers projects over the past few years, including Bob Dylan tribute set, posted the news on Facebook. She said, I'm completely dumping any sort of greatest hits set from now on.
She said this as she's about to take the stage in room 111 at the Sheraton.
She said, I never wanted to go there in the first place, but was trying to keep myself alive and pay the bills. And yes, I know that's no reason to be in a rock band. I was just too scared to go back to waitressing. But those greatest hits / ballads days are now behind me. She said, if anybody wants to come and see me in the future, it's going to be a punk rock no hits show.
So this is a circuitous way of announcing she's joined Cameo.
Right, yeah. So anyhow, all right, and there you go. That's what I have in music news. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in a second. That letter of the day that you will need for the Word of the Week prize, we'll get to it when we return. Wrap it up as well. Stay there. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, that was funny.
That was very funny.
That was
where they add the dialogue.
Just take this effing thing right over here and rip this. Oh, look at that. Someone schnit in the bathtub.
Oh, no. Someone decided to take a shit in the bathtub. Not again.
Not again.
I saw this story. I thought this was kind of interesting. A pair of panties.
Yeah.
Belonging to Adolf Hitler's wife, Eva Braun, sold at auction for around $6,000 over the weekend.
Oh, geez.
The pink.
Put on the panties!
Yes, the pink.
The ones that I like, the pink ones!
The pink silk panties.
Oh, boy.
Embroidered with Braun's initials came from a private European World War II collection. They were sold to an anonymous UK telephone bidder.
These are like bloomers.
Who also bought her, you're right, they're huge.
Yeah.
Who also bought her white lace night dress for $5,000. You know there's some guy wearing these things staring in the in the mirror. Yes.
Oh, my God. As obviously, as staggeringly aberrant as Hitler was, with all of his little things like his all the weird, creepy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Him having sex is at the bottom of the list of things I want to think about Hitler doing.
Yeah. Auctioneer Jonathan Humbert said that there was perennial interest in items from the Nazi Germany area. In the same auction, a bracelet presented by Goering's wife, Emmy.
I got you something.
Sold for about $3,000.
Oh, my gosh. He been to Javid.
The gold-plated bracelet dated 1938 has a central locket with a swastika and opens up to reveal
a swastika on it?
a picture of Hitler, of whom Goering was a close confidant, of course. So there was a picture of Hitler in this locket that he gave to her with the bracelet.
That's right there. Too cute to not commit genocide.
Oh, my God. Happy wife, happy life. I actually said that phrase to somebody the other day, a minute, and it's
it's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, and you know when things, you walk in and you can feel it in the air.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no.
I know.
Oh, no.
And then when I say it's because you're on your period.
Oh, my God.
You said that one time, and you never said it
Is
again.
it girl things? What did you say?
Oh, my God. They turn into Rambo.
Yeah.
They turn into Rambo.
It's gonna get bloody. I'm coming for you.
Oh, my God. Kathy, what were you going to say? Oh,
Having my period, having to use the feminine hygiene products, spitting on us, calling us baby killers.
And we know it. It's so bad. I hate it, but listen,
use it.
I'm an animal.
I do
once a
again.
month.
As I've said, my it's pretty even keel. I don't have the Jekyll and Hyde thing. You know,
No?
yeah,
God,
never
you're
had that.
lucky.
What country was Hawaiian pizza invented? 215-263-WMMR. We will go to Kara and see if she knows the answer. Hey, Kara.
Hey, Gadzooks.
Gadzooks to you, Kara. So, do you know what country Hawaiian pizza was invented in?
Canada.
That's correct.
Yeah. They call that the Big Island, Preston.
Because it used to be, it was pineapple and Canadian bacon, which is essentially ham anyway. But I remember when you first would order, or at least I remember when I first ordered Hawaiian pizza, that it was advertised as pineapple and Canadian bacon.
There you go. Would never have guessed.
It's like a nightmare for me.
I love it.
Really?
The cooked fruit situation for me is
yeah,
like
that's
I'm out.
right.
I'm just out.
That's right. Any hot fruit.
Yeah.
There's a band name, Hot Fruit. Damn it. I got to write these down.
Romano, come down and see my new band, Hot Fruit. We sizzle.
We're sick.
They sizzle.
I'm sorry. Did I hear that again?
I'm Captain Romano, come see our new band, Hot Fruit. Boys, we sizzle.
Hot Fruit. All right, anyhow.
What do we play? I'm interested.
That's a good question.
Nothing but Shania Twain.
All night.
Oh.
Let's go, girls.
All right.
Want some Hawaiian pizza?
Hot fruit.
And the director, by the way, is a guy named Jim Mickle. He's from Pottstown.
Oh, yeah. Actually, he did a movie I've mentioned before, a vampire movie, a really good vampire movie called Stakeland.
No kidding.
Yeah, really well done.
Okay.
Kathy just got a message.
Kathy just wants
Everything
to.
okay?
Yeah, she just wants to listen to some music.
Yeah.
Turned over to B101.
Wait, I'm trying to win the
Station I
prize.
really love.
I'm trying to win Richard Marx tickets.
Can you guys be quiet?
Can you guys just take a break for a minute?
Yeah, my name is RONANO.
Oh my God, thank you. I'm so excited.
I can't. I'm at work.
Yeah, you can't get more excited than that.
Yes. You can't get more excited that you just won tickets. I can't. I'm at work.
I work at WMMR. I do the morning show.
Well, can you go outside and scream?
Kathy at WMMR.com. You can't win this.
You could actually walk one block down and pick up the tickets.
Guys, I'll be right back.
You know what else I noticed?
Ooh.
I noticed.
Just notice more things.
I noticed that
Not just product renaming.
the Cold War
The Cold War. CW.
could have been a world war.
TCW.
But a cache of Soviet jokes that was compiled by CIA agents during the Cold War has been released among a cache of declassified documents.
Soviet jokes designed for what purpose?
It's hard to say because they mainly make fun of the Soviet Union. So all the jokes were told between Soviets but picked up by CIA operatives before being relayed back to Washington. So
do we believe that perhaps it were American operatives and spies to be armed with these jokes? It might be a way of sort of ingratiating themselves to, in other words, if you could tell a funny Soviet joke to another person.
They're not clear on what the purpose
or was
of this
it for their
I think it was just them.
Soviet review.
It was just part of the gigantic lists of stuff that they have at
So
the CIA.
there's a lot of Yakov Smirnoff stuff here, right?
The list was addressed to the deputy director of the CIA, but is believed to have been circulated among senior White House officials. One joke featuring Ronald Reagan made it to the president's desk, and he found it so funny that he began to use it himself.
That's the goddamn funniest thing I've ever heard.
So here, you want to hear the joke?
Please tell me. Tell me, Mommy.
An American tells a Russian that the United States is so free that he can stand in front of the White House and yell, "To hell with Ronald Reagan." And the Russian replies, "That's nothing. I can stand in front of the Kremlin and yell, 'To hell with Ronald Reagan,' too."
I don't get it.
Oh, yeah!
Did you say penis? I must have missed it.
No.
You said it was a dirty joke.
No, I didn't say it was a dirty joke.
Oh, yes, you did. What?
No, I didn't say it was a dirty joke.
You said it was filthy.
I think the Alzheimer's is kicking in, Ronnie.
God damn it.
Yep.
Where are my jelly beans?
It is not known exactly why the CIA began doing this.
It wasn't filthy.
Though since there were no polls in Soviet Russia, it could have been a good way for agents to judge public mood towards politicians and the government.
Why did chicken cross road?
Why?
To escape the extreme starvation caused by Stalin.
One particular figure of fun was Mikhail Gorbachev.
Why do I have stain on head?
The last leader of the Soviet Union who worked to end the Cold War by reforming the USSR. While this made him popular overseas, he was often reviled at home, as revealed by this joke, which tells of a man waiting in line at a liquor store.
Tell the joke.
A worker standing at a liquor store line says, I have had enough. By the way, before we get the myth,
I made it short for you.
on the air, I would like to thank Mr. John Tortorella, new head coach of the Flyers. And as I said in the interview, I like him. I like him a lot.
He's got a personality.
Yeah, he does. And he's straight ahead. He's a straight shooter. He's going
Yeah.
to fit right in to this city, I think. So we'll see what those press conferences are like.
Yes, yeah, they'll be fun.
But he's like, we got stuff to prove here, so we'll hold him to it, I'm sure. So, but it was nice, very, very cool to meet him today. It was
Yes,
nice.
absolutely.
How you doing, man?
Good day.
Excellent. Good to see you.
Excellent to see you, and congratulations on your gig over the weekend.
Oh, thanks. It was
With
fun.
the Maiden Men, was it?
The Maiden Men.
Yes.
No, 5 Times Famous.
Exactly.
Is their
Same
name, so
thing.
it was awesome, dude.
That's so cool.
It's good, fun to be playing music again.
Very cool.
Maybe
cool.
you can jump on stage sometime, right?
What's the closest to musicianship that you come? Do you play anything?
Saxophone. Tambourine.
Kazoo?
Kazoo. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I've seen you play the kazoo before.
Kazoo. And when I was a kid, we put on a little show at our little motel at Lake Tahoe by wrapping aluminum foil, which we would call silver paper, around a comb.
That's the old style kazoo.
And make pretend harmonicas.
Okay. All right.
And then I was in a play in high school.
All right.
And,
did you sing?
Yes, but with a group. And then I think that was it.
All right.
I don't think I've ever, in all the years I've known you, I don't think I've ever heard you sing before.
Well, we'll fix that.
Wait a minute. Not at you never seen him do karaoke at Shenanigans?
I never made it for karaoke at
All right.
Shenanigans.
Yeah,
I
that-
never did make it for that.
A lot of Frank, some Sinatra would, and it was good. It was like just straight ahead. I enjoyed watching
you would
you
do
sing.
you do chairman of the board? You
Yeah,
do.
we did
Oh,
Frank,
well, there
yeah.
you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know, Kathy. We did a duet on These Boots Are Made for Walking.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It was.
I mean, we almost got signed that night, but we had
Let's
other
hear those
things.
pipes, baby.
Yeah, come on, baby. I mean, what a broad.
What a broad. What a
broad
toots.
indeed.
Yeah.
A toots can sing. Your eyebrows, Steve.
Oh, you approve?
They're really something.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're hard not to glare at.
It's a repurposed John DeBella mustache.
I like
Yeah,
it.
yeah, thank
I
you.
like it very much. Has John seen it?
He hasn't seen it this way. I was wearing it as a mustache because we went in on his 20th anniversary observance today. So,
Excellent. Excellent.
yeah.
So shall we get a letter from you, dude?
I do.
All right, here we go.
Preston and Steve on 93.3 WMMR.
Now, the Daily Letter.
All right, and the Preston and Steve show is brought to you today by The Letter.
M as in marriage.
All right, and we have a $500 prize to give away, and that's from the Bagster. The Bagster is by far the most convenient and affordable way to help with your home cleanup. So go buy it at any home improvement store, fill it, and simply schedule your collection, and it is gone. Clean it up with the Bagster. Dumpster in a bag. What's happening on the program today, man?
We will have workforce blocks for this Monday of Collective Soul and the Struts. And a genius was born today. He is Brian Wilson, and so we must do a large block of the Beach Boys, and we will.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right, real quick, I want to thank our sponsors. The Preston and Steve Show is brought to you today by Acme Markets, fresh foods, local flavors, and also brought to you by Dunkin', the official coffee of the Preston and Steve Show. Tomorrow on the program, we're going to have the legend Dick Vermeil on the
Dick Vermeil. Wow.
Yes. And also, we are going to have our friend Mike, who's from Van There, which is the couple that lives the van life. We've been talking to them for years. He's also got something called Drawn There. So we'll talk to him as well. And I'm going to do a last-minute giveaway as we leave. We've got a movie screening. It's tomorrow night. I'll let this catch up with me. It's called The Black Phone. Supposed to be a really good movie.
Yes.
Freaky movie, right?
Good, it's still at 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
So this is going to be at 7 p.m. UA King of Prussia. We'll take a dozen callers.
Wow.
right now, and we will give you passes to go see that. So 7 o'clock, UA King of Prussia tomorrow night. The Black Phone will take those 12 callers and we'll set you up. That's it. We're done. Rage on and have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow, gang. Bye-bye.